Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time for us to tune in to some good old Warframe. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, one and all, back on the Orbiter. I hope you are having yourselves a wonderful time wherever you are around the world. Hello there, Ragnos. Hello there, Quintus. Hello there, Snake Raider. Hope you are all doing well. You are around the world. But yeah, we're back. We are back on to it. Am I reading that right? Triple umbral yareli? Yep, it's a thing. Ragnos, it is the fault of Twitch chat. It is also featured on the latest video. Yeah. I specifically used yareli there just to see how many people paid attention to actually what is on the screen. A couple people noticed. A couple people thought to call it out in the comments. So, you know, a couple people are actually looking at what's on the screen and going, oh, hang on. That's not right. And it's not right. No, do not triple umbral your yareli. Please don't.
The orbiter looks empty now that the Itan is gone. So how do we fill this empty space? Where do we get our sweet frame drops, and how do you fill in the void in your heart? The answer is drones. I'm the Esprineer, let's solve an impractical problem.
Esprineer, I love how the bot doesn't quite handle not words. Esprit, thank you very much for resubscribing now on to 9 months. I'm not sure what you mean about drones, though. I'm going to just get rid of this notification over here. I'm not sure what you mean. Hang on. Let me pause the music a sec. Do you... I don't know if the stream's picking up. Do you hear that? Hold on. Hold on. Esprit, what have you done? Esprit! Esprit! What? Ah! What? How many drones is this again, Esprit? For those of you not quite up to speed, oh my god, they are actually all over the place. For those of you not quite up to speed, Quintus may have made a bit of an anti-mess last stream, and between Quintus and Esprit decided to team together to fix that. And so the sculptures are gone, and they've been replaced with a bajillion drones.
Wow.
Gunhawk, thank you very much for resubscribing onto your 2nd month. Cheers, my dude, and enjoy your lovely new bronze mug. But yeah, there are a couple domestic drones now. What did you miss last stream, Snake Raider? Extract everything got redeemed by Quintus for bits. So yeah, all the sculptures, they got extracted, and now we have drones instead. We have 170 drones instead. Go figure, yeah. Go figure. Pet all of them for you? We'll be here all streams on. We would be here all stream if we tried petting all of those. So yeah, if you missed it on the replays channel, the VOD is live from... Quintus, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it, dude. But yeah, the replay is available over on the replays channel, so exclamation mark replays if you are not already subscribed to the extras channel. That's where all of the stream VODs go live, and I have put a timestamp in the comments of that most recent stream, so you can get straight to the bit where Quintus does his thing, you know. You got that. So we have postcards? Yes, Snake Raider. So I mentioned last stream as well, once that got redeemed, obviously the sculptures are gone. Extract everything doesn't really make sense once everything's extracted. It's gone. It's kaput. End of. GG. And so I have now replaced it with a new option for you guys, a new top tier channel point redemption, as it were. Something which applies regardless of what we actually have on the stream there. It doesn't require any number of sculptures or whatnot. If you wanted to have yourself something a little bit extra, something rather personalised, there you are. You have yourself a brand new option to work towards. For those of you especially who've already got your VIPs. And Arachnos, cheers. Oh no, Snake Raider, no. You see, if this had happened, the hype train had happened on Sunday, then the worst would have happened. But today is not Sunday. Today is a Wednesday, so we're fine. Yeah, it's a new month. New month entirely. Here, 1st of June, and nothing. Oh my god, They are actually just getting stuck all over the place. What is happening over here? So yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine, Snagrid. I have no fear today. What we should be doing though, now that aside with the bajillion drones, thank you Esprit and Quintus for that, we're now going to be heading on over to the sortie, getting started on the missions today. So we have got a defense mission with enemy elemental enhancement, we've got a spy with cryogenic leakage, and an assassination with energy reduction. And with that, chat, if you want to be a part of that, just send me a message in game, the engineer. I'll bring you to the squad, and we'll go smack through today's sortie. Ragnos, click it. Literally, just click it, Ragnos, click it. All of the channel point redemptions have a full explanation when you click them, so click it. Domestic chaos, yeah, there are a heck of a lot of domestic drones here. There are 117 total. We're not going to get them all on screen at once because there are just that many of them. And spoiler alert for those of you looking out for the Curia hidden somewhere around the orbiter, these drones will not block the view of the Curia at any point. So, quick little hint there for you. Unless, you know, they start doing amazing feats of athletics like this, climbing up the consoles, that could be interesting. If we start seeing them on the ceiling, I'm really going to lose it. Just glad it works, yeah. There's a heck of a lot of drones here. I'm surprised that they don't cause any kind of, you know, issues in terms of frames. It might be causing a little bit of issue with the, what's it, the bitrate on Twitch, but you know, that's unavoidable. It's Warframe. It makes a mess. Alright, Esprit, you may indeed join the sortie. You may indeed. Let's get this underway, shall we, guys? Let's get our first mission of the day. Defense mission over here. Everyone needs to have a rank 30 Warframe. Esprit, you're not good enough to bring an underranked Warframe yet. What do I usually buy with my login coupons? I don't. I genuinely don't. Because on PC, the coupons are, hey, you can get a discount on buying some platinum or whatever. And I'm like, but I have nearly 5,000 platinum. Why do I need to buy some more? I don't. That's why. There you are. Alright, as he switched over, there we go. Okay. Alright. I mean, Gunhawk, it's entirely up to you. It is defense mission, so it would be a longer one, but it's entirely up to you either way. We're on our way in already, so let's see what we got. 69% on the level 1 hype train. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's get cracking.
The enemy is at our doorstep.
Yeah, I do not recommend having 170 domestic drones if you are on console. That could be problematic for your equipment. You thought your load times were bad already? That might take it too far. Alright, let's try and stop this guy from committing suicide. That is our challenge. Stop him from dying. You're very right, Nightblade. I just had to look at what I wrote there. You're very right. I got it wrong. God damn it. God damn it. I was wondering what you were talking about there, but no, you are very right, Nightblade. I messed up.
Time to play Subscriber Prime once again.
Yo! Bronwyn. Is that Bronwyn? Yeah, Bronwyn. Thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime. You're on to your second month. Cheers, my dude, and enjoy your lovely bronze mug. That ability did not go the direction I hoped. Doing it one-handed, not a smart idea. But hey, I was too busy sipping tea to do a sub, so, you know, it happens. It happens. The operative is getting wrecked. Like, really wrecked, actually. That was... wow. I am not on Vazarin. I can't heal him. Well, that could go badly for him. What's that drone? What's that? Never mind. I will headshot something else later. I haven't got a single... I've got headshot kills, and yet I have no charge on my gun. Go figure. Life is doing well, Nightblade. Life is doing well. Thank you very much for asking. I hope things are alright for yourself as well, wherever you are. Alright, we'll just nuke all the ones around here, because that's just... And there we go. Finally, one headshot charge. One. Just in time for the operative to die. Oops, I missed him. Yeah, this map does take a bit of a while. I mean, all the Corpus Defense maps now are honestly a bit pants. They're all a bit pants. And the operative loves dying again. I mean, yeah, we've got all that lovely cover we can use up there, and he's come halfway down this ramp instead. Tell me, why are we trying to rescue this guy again? Can't he just, you know... Isn't there someone smarter we could be looking after rather than this one? I don't see this operative doing a lot for us. They have absolutely no awareness. Where's the... There he is. Oh, that was terrible. I tried to jump. I failed. Ah, hello, drone. Do you have a head for me to shoot? Apparently not, no. What is the Pick a Frame Redeem sold out? It shouldn't be sold out. It really shouldn't be sold out. Enjoying the Dutch version of fish and chips? Fair do. Fair do, Nightblade. Alright, headshots please. That'll do. That should do. Now we have bullet. Many bullet. All the bullet. We can just fire down the line here and get them. And with a ridiculous amount of punch through as well. It kind of does the job. Oh, someone's pet is down. Triple umbral yareli? Yep, triple umbral yareli is a thing, thanks to Twitch chat. So, yeah. Whenever we get a level 5 hype train completed here on the channel, that leads to chat deciding, at least those who contributed to the hype train, deciding what upgrade is done to what Warframe next. And 3 of the last 4 level 5 hype trains have been umbral former yareli, please. The other one was aura former yareli, please. When was the last time I got one-shotted? Very, very long time ago. With shield gating, it is actually impossible to get one-shotted. You must, well, with the exception of having a stupid amount of toxin damage coming. Usually speaking, it takes quite a bit to get one-shotted. So, yeah. Been a very, very long time. If we ignore the shield gains, just say, oh, if your shields happen to already be down when was last time, then probably the last time I faced, what was it? The Malice Acolyte. Because I tend to not notice the bubble and then just kill myself. It happens a lot. And also Nidus, I mean, they don't have shields, but they do have a lot of general tankiness to them, you know? A lot of people love to say, oh, without shields, they're no good, they can't hold up in higher level content, and that's just absolute bullshit. It really is. Yeah, they can't hold up in endurance tier content. There you really are struggling. Nidus you can make work if you are right on the ball, but for Inaros, just basically no chance. That's endurance content. That's over level 200. Pretty much 99% of people, 99% of the time, are not doing that. So, outside of super high level endurance content, Inaros and Nidus can be made to be extremely tanky. Alright, enemies, prepare to get melted. I have a machine gun in hand, and it is gonna tear. It's even corrosive damage. Like, corrosive. One of the few damage types you really should not be using against Corpus. This gun don't care. This gun don't care at all. Oh, the operative is dying. Let's get back to him. You get one-shotted a lot. Does that mean your shields don't recharge? If you get one-shotted, chances are that either your shields were down and then you took a very big hit, or you took a very big hit which also procced a status proc, which then killed you the moment your shields ran out. Because your shields will give you something like, I think it's 1.3 seconds of survivability. Sorry, immortality even, I should say, not survivability. Immortality from incoming damage. However, they don't get rid of the status blocks you might have. Yo, Claude802, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome in everyone who's just come over from that channel there. We are currently in the midst of a sortie here on Warframe. Hope you're all doing well. Do you have any mods in chat at the moment? Give them a quick shout out there. Welcome in, guys. But yeah, aside from being one-shot by a ridiculous amount of toxin, which does happen at higher levels, aside from that, you're not going to get one-shot in this game with a normal frame. You have to have some damage on your shields or something first. You have to. Toxin is the only thing that will straight up bypass that, because otherwise you will have that brief immortality period, even from status procs. You can abuse that even to just not to effectively have to worry about a status proc ever if it's only happening one at a time. Quinn saying, trying to figure out if Cascadia Empowered works on Nucor's special status proc. Got any tips to help test? When you say special status proc, you're referring to the microwave effect, right? You're trying to see if microwave effect will deal damage. I would assume no, because microwave isn't a damage type to deal a damage of that type. But the way you could test that would be to massively reduce your fire rate down to make it where you're dealing as little damage possible, and then basically attack an enemy which shouldn't die or get very close to dying when you shoot a few shots at it, or shoot even one shot at it, and then see, does it die or does it stay alive based on that calculation. If it dies, then yeah, you are getting that little bit extra damage. If it doesn't, then no, you're not. But it's going to be a pain to test, yeah. There's no getting around that. It's going to be a pain. Zon, thank you for doing the shout out there. Appreciate it. Let's get rid of these guys up here. These sortie defense missions definitely do take a while, don't they? They definitely go on for a bit. Oh, okay. Where they... There they are. I don't know why I thought that icon was the Octavia. Yeah, I'm lying. You got a smaller map for sortie defense? Yeah, tiles can spawn multiple different maps. Like, different tile sets can have multiple maps within the same tile set. So, you're not guaranteed to get the same one. This is the Corpus Ice Planet tile set. I'm not sure if that's its exact name, but basically, you'll notice this tile set on a number of different planets, despite the fact that multiple different planets shouldn't really have exactly the same tile. Like, from a lore standpoint, a logic standpoint, you're like, how can it keep on being the same kind of rock, same kind of structure, same kind of atmosphere, same level of sunlight? And the answer is none of that matters, because tiles. It's a video game. We let that pass. What's the most underrated frame out there? Probably still Nyx. I see very, very few Nyxes, and multiple times over, I'll come across people like, try using Nyx next. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's a great frame. She's pretty damn solid, yeah. So, I would still rate Nyx as one of the easily most underappreciated frames out there for the amount of power that she actually has. Complete and total armor strip. I believe shield strip as well. It can go invulnerable on demand. With augment, can also still just keep using her weapons with that. Incredible amount of crowd control to her. And all for very little investment. Like, you can get total armor strip and shield strip on Caliban, but you need 200% strength. You do not need that when it comes to Nyx. So yeah. She is probably the most underrated frame of them all. Certainly one of the most underrated. Most other frames, I would say, generally speaking, I see people reasonably qualify them. Nyx, very ironically, given her passive, just seems to be forgotten. She just kind of slips by. And, I'm sure there are a few of you right now hearing me say it's ironic, and you have absolutely no idea what Nyx's passive actually is, do you? It's alright to admit it. You're not meant to know everything in the game. But, yeah. Despite the fact you can get it pretty easily. Oh, hello. That was nice. Despite the fact you can get it pretty easily, there are plenty of people who have no idea what that passive is.
I'm down.
Yeah, pretty much Milky, yeah. People say Frost can't do anything other than bubble. Those people haven't actually played Frost. They've leveled Frost, perhaps, but they haven't played Frost. There is a difference. It's like the people who would say, oh, Lavos, you constantly having to press so many buttons just to use his abilities. I'm like, no. No, not really. No. I mean, on console it's a bit more of a pain, but that's separate. That's because console just has a terrible input system. Console is great if you are just playing a shooter or a driving game. You're doing a little bit more than moving in 3 dimensions. Console inputs are not exactly ideal. They start to fall off, in my opinion. Quite hard. Oh, I missed that slam. That was so close as well. Nearly got the bridge. Frost is annoying in Hydron? Yes. The fact that his bubble still blocks allied shots to this day just surprises me. Because Frost is not a strong frame. It takes work to make Frost work. And so, in this era of having just plentiful energy, plentiful heals, various frames that can just do all kinds of crazy stuff, with no self-damage, no team kill damage, unless you got radiation proc. None of that stuff going on. When we got all of that, making our lives so much easier, we then have a frame which actively causes issues for their allies. Just feels weird. That's the kind of thing that could do with being, reconsidered, I'd say. Hello, Chocotica. Like, block enemy shots, sure. That's the whole point. It's just like, the Arctic Eximus will block our shots from the outside. But allies blocking allies shots just seems unnecessary. If someone is shooting from outside the bubble in, or outside the bubble, through the bubble, to outside the bubble in a different area, just let them play the game, you know? Don't get them all pissy at Frost just for trying to protect the objective. We can only dream. It's all fanfic at that point. It is all fanfic. Where's my energy pool? Don't have one. This is Lavos. Lavos does not require energy, just like Hildren. Instead, Lavos works on a cooldown system, so his first ability, I believe, is an 8-second cooldown. Second is 5, third is 10, and his fourth is a 30-second cooldown at base. But with my setup, both my first and third ability can reduce all of those cooldowns. See, I just pop that there. See, we've got the cast timer, and then it goes on to cooldown 30 seconds. And if I now find a small cluster of enemies, like here, okay, these are all dead. That is not a suitable cluster of enemies. If I take just a couple here, that'll do. And that took a few seconds off the timer on my fourth ability. That's why I don't have an energy bar, because I don't. Literally. What map is this? This is one of the Corpus Ice defense tile sets. Corpus Ice planets defense. Not the only one, but it's one of them. Yeah, Milky, yeah. Limbo used to be worse for allies than he is currently, when used improperly. He's still not ideal. The whole firing between the rift, etc. thing is annoying for people. And certainly trying to hit enemies which have been put into the rift, that does get frustrating for other people. Sure. But he's certainly better than he used to be, as it used to be that a rift was even worse for allies to deal with. I mean, Ragnos, it doesn't need to be a buff like that. We're just asking for quality of life. Just let people shoot through the bubble. Doesn't need any buffs to damage and whatnot. Just shoot through the bubble. That's it. Done. Why is the damn water frozen in the background? Was it ever flowing before freezing? It must have been flowing before freezing to get to that point, one would assume. Assuming that is in fact water. Because it could be something else which resembles ice, but it might actually be flowing just slower than we can tell. Could be on hold. But most likely is that with the terraforming that happened in the Orokin era, what we have now is decaying terraforming. You know, terraforming isn't just something you can do once. It takes careful maintenance, because otherwise a planet will shift back to a more normal state, a state that's more suitable for it without those external influences. So it could well be that the terraforming is actually rolling backwards, and so the water has frozen over, and the infrastructure is no longer coping with it. I do get that impression with the amount of corpus stuff which just looks in wrecks and ruins in places. It's not being actively repaired and fixed all over the place. They're doing some repairs, but they just can't keep up with it. They've got a technical debt from not keeping up with the Orokin era, as it were. But that's just an alternative theory. Another possibility. Hey Renova, you're welcome. I do hope you get around to that at some point, Renova. You know, you are missing out on quite a few options, but you'll get around to it, I'm sure. Actually, you say at least didn't get to Limbo yet. Limbo can be done very well. Limbo can be done well. You just have to have a team that's intending to work with that. I don't know why I've come down here. I'm just going to go on to the next mission. We're only stage 1 of the sortie. That was a really long defense mission. Let's do this by one now. Maybe fixing the planet isn't profitable? Quite possibly, yeah. Either not profitable or just too far removed from profit to be observable. Yeah, it could be long-term profitable, say like 100 years profitable to maintain the planet, because after 100 years, then things just get worse. And you just keep leaving a planet to decay like that, you're going to lose access to the resources and land and tech you've got there. But in the short enough term, the quarterly and annual reports are just not looking good enough. And so they're not working on it. And that would definitely fit into a Corpus dystopia. That would definitely fit into that. Certainly pre-Granum. Like, since Granum was lost. Deadlock Protocol, obviously, that kind of stuff. So, the Corpus could have become more and more short-sighted, focusing on the earlier profit rather than investing in decades-long time. And that can lead to the decay we see on some planets. And then the return of Granum turning that around. Can I show you a Lewis spy later? Sure, why not? Why not? I'm going to pop that through here. That should zap the camera. Oop. Need to zap him, thank you. Did that get the camera? Yes, it did. Cool. Why is B purging? Ah, fuck. Something else set off a terminal. Wait, this guy ran through a laser field. That's what happened. Here's me trying to do it nice and proper, and he's like, "No, you're taking too long. I'm going to do it for you." Fucking randoms. Randoms every time. And he's going to fail it, isn't he? Oh no, he just about managed it. Jesus, if he actually failed it from that, I would have been annoyed. Really annoyed. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. If you burst into someone else's spy vault and trip the alarms because you just can't wait outside, go play solo. Like this, I can see, oh, someone's in that vault, don't go in. I've done it as well, so that's even better. But yeah, if someone else is in the vault, just don't go in. It's easy. And if you find yourself in there, carefully leave. Emphasis on carefully. Alright. Sentries may not be a problem on some scales right over, but you have to think. Even here In our world, decades aren't a problem, and yet too many companies, too many institutions won't consider even a single decade ahead properly. Too many times we see it. So, yeah. It is very reasonable, or at least very acceptable to me, that the corpus could be failing to think on a century level and letting stuff just decay around them, only maintaining enough for their yearly profits. Winters, cheers. Give me the green saying, if you were assigned the role to engineer a new Warframe, how would I go about it? That is far too broad. I couldn't even begin to answer that one, sorry, Gimme. Couldn't even begin to answer it. It mostly comes down to finding a gap, a potential gap within the different options that are available at the moment.
Forgot to auto-renew. Was gonna resub anyway, though.
Hey, Catacosmo, you've resubbed all the same. That's fine with me. Cheers on subscribe for 3 months. Enjoy your new silver mug. Cheers. Oh, you've got to turn off auto-renew. Oh, well, that's even better. Thank you very much, Catacosmo. Appreciate it. But yeah, designing a whole Warframe, it takes a fair amount of thinking to make a decent Warframe. Not just in terms of the mechanics of it, but in terms of fitting those mechanics in with and around other Warframes and other parts of gameplay. Say, for example, how Limbo is an example on how to do it badly, I'll be honest. He's a great frame, but he's bad. Quinn saying, am I still locked out from last stream with the bigger frame? No, if you've refreshed your stream and it's still not gone through, let me check on my side. Let me check on my side, but you shouldn't be locked out. Let me just check here. Pick a frame, check limits on it. Use up a string, 1. Nope, no issues my side. Everything is correctly set up. Everything is correctly set up there, so I don't know what's happening on that side for you, Quintus. Just give it a refresh, and if that's not opening up for you, then Twitch is being a buggy piece of... again. Yeah. Alright, we're on to the third and final mission of the day. We're on to the assassination... I say of the day, of the sortie. On to the assassination on Venus with energy reduction. So let's get the prediction up on that, guys. What reward do you think we're going to get from this one? Is it going to be a NASA sculpture? Is it going to be a Riven? Is it a booster? Or any of the other options? You got your channel points at the bottom of the chat window. Make your predictions, and that's going to surprise me every time. And have a punt as to what will happen. If you're right, you're going to get a load of spanners back. We'll be using Harrow at the request of Gunhawk. Not exactly the frame I would recommend for this fight, but sure, let's use him. Let's use him. Will the new core benefit anything from Harrow crit buff? Yes, the new core gets a heck of a lot of benefit from Harrow's crit buff. A lot of benefit. Like, a lot. Do I have the anti-crit Femor build still? Yes, I do, yeah. Anti-crit Femor. Just a good idea. Hello, Hank Alex, how you doing? I've been thinking a lot about, I know, Quintus. It's fine. It's fine, I've got Glaive Prime. I've been thinking a lot about your crowd control frames in this game. You think of Nezha, you think of Frost, you think of Limbo, you think of Harrow, you think of Korra, you think of Hydroid. Basically, all the ones which, by and large, are looking at using crowd control as part of their overall defense, survival, and usefulness in the mission. Some of them, like, for example, Harrow, aren't as locked by the idea of crowd control, but others, like, for example, Korra's defense, crowd control is king. And that crowd control is extremely strong. That crowd control is extremely strong in this game. And I've been thinking, what with the whole debate around, you know, what do you call it? The debate around the Xmas units, Overguard, all that lot. Let's just protect everyone from the damage. There we go. Is it that Overguard is too punishing to crowd control frames? Or is it actually that crowd control is too strong and therefore leaves no room for enemies which can resist it? Because those frames then have no other defense to rely upon. It's just crowd control. Enemies don't have any counterplay to crowd control aside from, what do you call it? Overguard? And yet, once Overguard comes into play, you'll have various frames which just have no answer to what is happening. I'm starting to feel like that might actually be indicating that the problem is crowd control, not Overguard. Are Xmas really getting nerfed? Xmas are getting a slight change with the next update. So the Overguard is getting weakened, but the extra health is instead going to their health and shield pools. So there is that change coming. Ah. I'm just going to run through the walls. There we are. Just protect that damage. Just because I can. Although, did I just get... I think it might have nullified the damage bonus? I think it did, yeah. Hey-ho. Disruptors nullifies the only other thing? Yeah, Disruptors nullifies, they also counter abilities, but they counter all abilities. It's not quite crowd control debuff, such as just total debuff. Total ability blockage, which is another thing in itself, really. Ekavy was saying, I like that Zoom and Boom frames excel in normal mode, while crowd control excels in Steel Path. I mean, does it? In Steel Path, you come across a greater number of Xmas units. Those Xmas units are stronger, much stronger than you'll be used to dealing with in normal missions, and they are much more of a threat to objectives. Crowd control is nice in Steel Path missions, but it's still all or nothing. There are some forms of soft crowd control, but mostly we don't really use those. We mostly just look at hard crowd control, stuff which completely takes the enemy out of the engagement, rather than reducing their ability to engage. Even things like Gloom, which is, on paper, a soft crowd control, we mod it so strongly that it becomes effectively hard crowd control because the enemies are just that damn slow. They're just inching along. Hey, Roadpad. I'm glad you recognise my name. Welcome into the stream as well, my dude. Welcome in. But yeah, I'd say Overguard should only be on if the enemy's alerted status. That's a nice idea, Radiover. I would be in favour of that, straight up. You know, a defensive thing that the enemies have to turn on, that would be nice. Because that would give more of an incentive to stealth for your squishier frames, which is, you know, your stealthy frames do tend to be squishier, yeah. I would be like, I'm happy with that. What are we getting that sortie? Good question. We got a NASA sculpture. So for those of you who gambled on a NASA sculpture, you are absolutely correct. There you are. Enjoy your lovely extra channel points. So 3 of you gambled on that today, so we got 3 winners on that one. There we go. Guys, I didn't bring it onto this land. Twitch chat did. Twitch gave me this yareli. Forced it upon me. This is the fault of Twitch. You guys in the chat here, you know what you've done. Every time there is a level 5 hype train on this channel, those who contributed to it get to decide what upgrade is applied to what Warframe next. And 3 out of the last 4 have been this. So yeah. 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 Which non-boss enemy has the most armor? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I do know that the Exo Gokstad officers have 1,000 base armor, which is quite a bit. But exactly which one? Not sure. Not sure. Alright, Quinta is saying, let's have a bit of Baruch for the next mission. So yeah, we'll bring out Baruch. Let's give that a whirl. Let's give that a whirl. Good, I've still got the right thing there. So, yeah, I would like to see... Well, Honestly, I'm not sure what I'd like to see at this point in terms of the balancing of Warframe when it comes to crowd control, damage, all of that lot. It's a really tough spot, guys. It is really tough. You look at, for example, the Zoom and Boom meta. Why is the Zoom and Boom meta so strong? There's a load of moving parts all at once that come into that. The Zoom part of it, we are incentivized to get through the missions as quickly as possible. Most missions are very big. They stretch considerable distances, and if you can clear through those distances faster, you will complete missions faster, you will get more rewards out of every type. There are very few rewards which aren't boosted by just being faster in some way. Can you get a Jaya build? I've not really got a functioning Jaya build yet fully, because I haven't really been focused too much on Jaya. I'll be honest, their kit kind of left me a bit in the air. So this is as close as I've got to a build so far for Jaya. I'm a bit in the air with them, I'll be honest. But yeah, so the Zoom side of things, we are incentivized in pretty much every mission to be faster. You want to get to enemies faster, you want to get to your objectives faster, everything is speedy, speedy, speedy. There are some exceptions, like for example, on defense missions you are just in one location, speedy then doesn't really help you. That's about it. Survival missions, getting between the life support faster can help you out, getting just from where you are to extraction faster is a nice thing to have. Overall, just being able to get around the enemies, break their ankles, that is still nice to have. And then the Boom side of things, well, this game is about killing. It is a horde shooter. You're not just shooting one or two targets, you are shooting literally hundreds in most missions. And so being able to kill multiple enemies at once is just a good thing. The flip side of that is that any of the drawbacks of having an explosive weapon just don't exist in this game. They're gone. You can't damage yourself, so that's not a problem. You can knock yourself back a bit. That doesn't seem to matter about how explosive the weapon is, just is it explosive and close to you? And even then we can just completely nullify that with various abilities, or with a mod called Primed Sure-Footed. Interesting anti-balance. Beyond that, you've also got the fact that because there is no self-damage, you don't need to worry about damaging yourself or your allies or your objectives. You can't cause collateral damage with explosive weaponry. Something that is a problem in, you know, any realistic circumstance. Why do you not fire rockets down hallways all the time in Call of Duty, for example? Or why do you not use them all the time in Halo? Why do you not use them all the time in basically any other shooter? And that's because you will take yourself out. You will take your friends out. You will take out everything you are trying to save. It is not good. In fact, in more realistic scenarios, you will take down the building around you. You'll blow a hole in the side of the spaceship and kill yourself. Not a good idea. But we have none of those to worry about. Even down to typical game controls, like you pick up a rocket launcher in Halo, you might get 4 rockets and then you're done. The Brammer, closest to that, starts with what, 5 arrows normally? And yet you can increase that, I think, all the way up to 12 at the moment, without even having to mod it for more ammo. That's just from other sources. And then you can just keep topping it up without an issue. Zoom and Boom is supported by the mechanics of this game. And that leaves not a lot of room for other things to happen. Crowd control, then, to be competitive, has to be strong. But because it's strong, it completely ruins any abilities for enemies to try and counter it. Either they don't counter it or they fully counter it. There's not really a middle ground. It's a weird one. The balance overall is kind of shot, and the final nail in the coffin for that is the fact that our damage is completely separated from our health, and vice versa for the enemies. If I were to self-damage myself with a Brammer shot, I'd annihilate myself every single time. Just dead. But fire that at an enemy, and unless it's correctly modded, it's actually not going to kill them. Because you do need to do proper modding. Vice versa, an enemy shoots another enemy and nothing happens most of the time. They tickle each other. They make each other slightly annoyed, and that's about it. But they shoot at us and we are evaporated if we don't get moving or don't use abilities. The balance is in a very tough spot, and no one single change is going to fix that. because there is a lot of smaller things all coming together. A lot of them. And I'm not sure what the solution is. I'm really not sure what it is. The only kind of player solution, rather than what can you do, what we can do as players, is just recognize that the meta is zoom and boom, and decide for yourself, do you want the fastest way to do the mission, the most optimal way of doing the mission, or will you accept a debuff to play a different way? That's your choice. If you want to play something other than zoom and boom, you accept that it is slower, but you also accept this is a game. You are not required to be at peak output all the time. This is not a game where if you do not get enough relics per hour, you will be banned or something stupid like that. You can just play it how you want. You can sit in navigation talking for a bit. It's fine. But you do have to actively make that choice. Do I think Warframe should do more collaborations like they did with PUBG? No, but yes, but no. In that, I honestly actually don't really care. I don't really care. The collaboration, you've got to remember, wasn't really a collaboration with, so much as a licensing of assets to PUBG Mobile. You'll notice that we got absolutely nothing from that on our player side. So, it's not really anything that affected us. So, no, I don't want us to be just hooking up with any old random game. But yes, I'm fine with Warframe getting additional income from the hard work they put into their brand. But no, I don't really care either way in the end, actually. If levels doesn't exist, who would be my favourite frame? Probably Wukong. Yeah, probably Wukong. Second place going to Equinox.
This isn't your regular bolt shop. Alad V sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for
Let's do a little bit of blapping.
Conduit keys are carried by high rank.
Peekaboo! I love it. You just become visible. They just freak out, and then my sentinels murder them. Just swing the gun over like, ah! And then they're dead. Not a big surprise. Alright. Let's protect ourselves a bit.
tongue.
Indeed, Jitcha. Indeed. Thank you very much for resubscribing your Prime onto the 8 months now. Cheers. I would defend myself, but I have a sentinel. So I can just kind of sit for a little bit. Take a sip of tea. Seriously, if you've not got Verglass for your sentinel, do some Railjack and get Verglass. It's great. Verglass is a very powerful sentinel weapon. It's basically a Tenno weapon, a mid-range, mid-tier Tenno weapon, put onto a sentinel with an aimbot, and it's great. It is absolutely great. I can highly recommend it. One thing I really dislike about Baruch is that instead of an energy system, he has an energy system and a restraint system, which kind of requires you to mod for a sillier way of play, just minimizing your duration, just to allow you to quickly get hold of his fourth ability, which also still costs the energy to cast. Like, just let me have the weapon, please. Just let me have it, please. I've never connected with Baruch as a result. Never. He's got plenty of damage resistance. He can do a lot of damage. I just don't like playing him. He seems designed to annoy me, especially when you're in a mission like this, which is a solo non-steal path, because there aren't enough enemies to maintain his kit. So you have to put yourself into either a team fight, in which case, well, you better hope that no one else wants to play the game, because zoom boom, or you go steal path, which starts just changing the flow of everything. Now, if you want to get used to a frame, you don't want to get used to them when it's already hot all around you. Damage resist provided you're not fighting? No. You can get damage resistance on him without the limitation of not fighting. So the daggers are providing a damage resistance. I'm getting 90% damage resistance just from those daggers. The reduction in restraint is also increasing my damage resistance. I'm not even using his first ability. And if I activate the fourth ability, that adds on even more damage resistance again. Although whilst also consuming the restraint meter. Or refilling it, I suppose. It's not consuming it, it's refilling his restraint. Which is an interesting concept, I suppose. How do I like the incarnate weapons? The incarnate weapons are pretty nice. Getting your headshots is a challenge at times. It is definitely a challenge. The headshot hitbox on some enemies does feel a bit wonky at times. The Corpus especially annoy me for that. Because half of them are like, haha, try and get the head on these mowers. But otherwise, yeah, I like them. If my only complaint is, oh, it takes a bit of skill to use, you know it's not really a complaint. You know it's not a real complaint at that point. It's more just, I'm not good enough to make full use of them. Will there be infested liches? There might be. No way to know. DE will continue to surprise you. Both in what they do that you thought they wouldn't, and what they don't do that you swear they should have. DE will absolutely surprise you.
We just got here.
Highest question ever, what's better, Grendel or Yareli? Grendel. That's a really easy question. I don't know why you thought that was hard. Grendel is just so much better than Yareli.
Oh, signal returns. Dig in.
Yeah. Moa headshots do genuinely annoy me in trying to get them. Oh, we've run out of restraint. Okay, well, run out of refilled, whatever. You know what I mean. The restraint meter did its thing.
Right, they're having a go.
I'm just not going to use Desert Wind. I know it's strong. I don't care. I'm just not going to use it. I'm going to pop this ability as much as I can to just, you know, buff up my extra damage resistance, but that's it. Infested Liches might be umbral frames. Could be. Could be. You gotta remember, a good writer can find a lore reason for absolutely anything. A bad writer will find a lore reason for absolutely anything. It may not necessarily make sense, but they'll still put it in there anyway. Either way, you can find a reason for anything to exist in a game like Warframe. So, to say that infested liches would have to be one way or another, or just couldn't exist, I think is short-sighted. That's really selling it as just missing all the possibility that exists out there. I mean, hell, even looking at the practical side of things, I used to say that crossplay was never going to happen. Right up until the announcement came out, I was saying crossplay's not going to happen. Warframe just isn't put together that way. And it wasn't for a very long time. And then a couple updates came out in a row which went out to all platforms at the same time, which indicated that DE were moving towards trying to bring all platforms onto the same update cycle. And sure enough, not long after that, out comes the announcement. Crossplay. You'll be constantly surprised by DE, both for the better and for the worse. Constantly. And he's dead. You gotta love Star Chart tier missions. They make everything feel amazing. Unless you really haven't modded it, in which case, you know, that's on you. Hello, what was that sound? Ah. That was the electric sound. Even after the announcement for crossplay isn't going to happen? No. If DE didn't implement crossplay now, that would be very bad PR. Very bad.
Routine subverted and you're juiced. Nice. Should have been a boffin. Miss me calling.
I don't have an engineering degree. Just because I'm called the Kengineer doesn't mean I have to be a registered engineer with qualifications and whatnot. You might learn that someone's nickname isn't necessarily tied to their exact real-life existence. By education, I suppose you can consider me a geologist. That is the highest qualification I have. But then, I suppose by vocation, I am more a mix of customer service and teaching. Which, funnily enough, lends itself very well to the kind of career I have now, you guys. Providing you with an entertaining experience, and also informative, helpful videos all the time. Yeah, I'm a engineer. I make my own role. Where do I recommend an Exless farm for Latham? Just got it. Exless farm? How do you mean Exless farm? What do you mean Xmas? And if you mean Xmas, then just honestly, go through either Zeraman missions, because there's plenty of great rewards there as well. If you're at that stage, why not? Just do it. You're going to be wanting the standing and points anyway. Or you can head on over to Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, which just kind of shits them out. There's just bunches of them there. Yeah, I didn't expect them to give Xmas deeper, more serious-seeming voices. That was a surprise. Xmas do sound like they have actual weight behind them. It's a nice addition. They still die pretty easily to the Latham, though. They still die very easily to the Latham, but that's because the Latham's a great weapon, you know. Can't deny that. Over this way. There he is. And he's dead. Asia Pasia. Well, I was going to headshot that guy, but you're not. Actually, I didn't need the headshot. I thought I was out of charge. Never mind. Now I'm out of charge. There we go. Alrighty. I'm just going to run this to the end of this round, and then we'll switch out to a different frame. I am so glad they are changing how that works. In case you missed it, guys, they are changing the grapple to no longer knock you down. It'll instead just pull you in, and you can counter it. So the Scorpions and the Ancients, they are going to be made far less irritating. You know what, guys, actually, after this mission, I'm going to come back through this mission, and I'm going to come back through with lower tier gear. I'm going to down rank and approach this. Because I've not done it with the new Xmas, I've not done a lower ranked approach to the game. So let's give that a whirl after this. We can see how this kind of goes when we got pretty solid gear all round. Let's see what happens when we haven't. I've run past the conduit because I'm a moron. Speaking at the same time. Yeah, we do get very, very powerful as the game goes on. Again, the scaling in this game is absolutely crazy. I know that it's a typical MMO or just RPG thing. You just level up, level up, level up. Oh, what's that? You can now fight God? Yeah, it's typical. But it's still astounding the level of difference. And part of that comes down to the fact that levels in this game are meaningless. They have a meaning in themselves, but level isn't really level here. Use the Mark 1 gear? Oh dear. Do we have to go Mark 1? Someone should not be using Mark 1 gear at this stage, not without some serious formaring. I'm not going to go that far. When I say low-end gear, I'm not talking just started the game gear. No. But yeah, levels in this game are just completely off. My understanding of what levels ought to be when it comes to this kind of environment is a level. Literally, a level playing field. If you are level 30 against a level 30, you are equally matched, at least by a simple number. There is going to be advantages and disadvantages and whatnot, but by and large, level 30 means level 30, etc, etc. If you see one level 30 enemy, they should be about as difficult as another level 30 enemy. Theoretically. That's not how this game treats levels. We have levels all over the place, and those levels do not relate to each other. Different enemies of different levels, you can't compare them via their levels. Those levels just are a scaling factor applied to the enemy's stats, and even that scaling factor isn't evenly applied, because some enemies have a higher base level than one, and so the scaling factor starts at a different level. It's it's all over the place in that regard, yeah. Alright, so let's do a lower tier run. Now I've got a request here from Glacialist for Equinox. I don't know that I call Equinox lower tier, but you know what? Sure, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We'll bring Equinox. I'm gonna make a lower tier build of this. Do I have a spare slot? I can't use all of these. Oh well. Alright, so let's make a lower tier build. Okay, I'm gonna treat it like we've got a few missing polarities, because this is a prime as well, so we got a few extra polarities for free. What does base Equinox come with, actually? Let me check real quickly. Equinox Warframe comes with a D and a V polarity. So I'm just going to use these two polarities. The others are going to treat them like they don't have polarizations on them. Alright. And I'll still act like a potatoes in here, because at the end of the day, if you're not putting a potato into gear, it's going to be bad. Yeah. It's just going to be bad. Broadly speaking. So, let's bring in corrosive projection. Let me think about the kind of build I want to go for here. I think I'll go for a main build. Yeah, we'll go main. So that means I can go for overextended. Yeah, I'll use overextended. It's only got 5 pips on it. I won't use high pip mods. If they got 10 pips, I won't use them. We'll use mods which have 8 or fewer pips on them. To again, keep this more lower tier. So we've got overextended to give us that massive amount of range. Right, must have brought that up earlier. And it's only 3 Umbra, so no. We'll bring in Fleeting Expertise. Again, it's only 5 pips, so newer to the game. Not brand new, but newer to the game. That is certainly affordable. I'm going to put that off polarity. Remind myself. And again, Streamline as well. I would like to have maximum efficiency here. And these are plenty obtainable while she's still going through the star chart stuff. So, no complaints from me there. I'm going to be focusing on the main side of things. We've got a bit of range going already. I'm going to want to use some defense. Now, I can't use Rolling Guard. I can't use Adaptation. I can use a Vitality, and here's a 8 pipper. Okay, let's see. So I currently have 38 left to spend. I'm not using up any of those polarities I'm not supposed to. I've got 38 left to spend. The V polarity it comes with, does that offer me anything I want to actually use here? I don't think I want to be using duration for any of this lot, do I? No. No, it's a main build. I don't need any of that whatsoever. It's just straight up range efficiency. So, what can we use instead for a V polarity that might be useful to us? I could go for Rage. Yeah, I can go for Rage. That fits. Give us an energy source, because I'm going to be skipping the Arcanes. So, now, because I'm skipping Arcanes, I do want to be thinking carefully about survival here. I would like to have some energy as well, so let's grab Flow. There we are. What else would we be able to do as a newer player? That would be useful. No Nightmare or Curse mod? Says who, Brodel? Says who? You're just saying things, so no. It's impossible to say what's new player stuff. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just that different people will be at different stages. At the end of the day, someone who starts this game has nothing, and someone who is endgame has near enough everything. Obviously, people go through different paths, but we can demark certain things. So, for example, I'm saying Star Chart tier, they haven't got the upgrades available from arbitration. So we've got no rolling guard, we've got no adaptation. That stuff is out of the window. Likewise, a newer player is not going to have Kuva weapons. We're not going to be using things like that. 100 adrenaline over rage. Rage is kind of hard to get. I suppose, yeah, 100 adrenaline is easier to get, so I can switch over to that one. Yeah, that is fair. We can switch to that one. Was drained second for main? 0.88. 0.88. I think it's ever slightly less than that, just rounding, but yeah. 0.88 per second on main. Okay, so what else would a newer player have access to that we could put onto this frame? I could go for redirection, just to give us another form of hit points. Rapid resilience. Rapid resilience is easy to get, isn't it? Isn't it easy to get? Rapid resilience. Let me check. What's the drop source on that? Drops from various NPCs at a low rate. I would imagine it should be easy enough to get. How many of these do I have? Oh, I only have 8 of them. No, if I only have 8 of them, they're not actually that easy to get. Never mind then. I'll skip that one. I would like to use it, but I'll skip it. Is that Zero Tito? Zero Tito, cheers. But yeah, I don't have enough of that mod to count it as easy to get, so I'm going to skip that one. So, in which case... let me think here. I suppose I can just go for stretch after all then. We'll put that there. Again, I'm making sure I'm putting off polarities just to make a point that I'm not overspending my capacity here. Quick thinking? Would a newer player have access to quick thinking? Would they? Do I even want it, to be honest? Quick thinking. Just drops from Corrupted Ancient, not that commonly. I'm going to skip that one. New players have reactors. New players can damn well get a reactor, quite frankly, Aerof. It does not take any effort at all to get a reactor. So nah. What's my mastery rank? I am mastery rank 30. I know that new players do not struggle to get reactors because I know I didn't struggle to get reactors when I was a newer player myself. So no. If anyone is struggling with that, they are actively choosing not to trade, or they're on a console where trading is dead. That's on them. So no, I'm not going to consider that a limit I can worry about. I'm just going to go with redirection, honestly. Let's go with the 8-pip redirection now. I won't be able to fit it like that, but I am overspending because of the polarities, cross polarity here. So let me see. That should be 8. And that should be... No, that should be 9. That should be 9. So I've got extra 4. So yes, that would be able to fit if I didn't have those polarities. So that is fine. This does fit into the base... what do you call them? Base polarities of standard Equinox. This would fit. So that's fine. And I'm, again, not going to fill in the arcanes. We're just going to leave those where they are, empty. But this gives me lots of shield hit points, a lot of health hit points. We got some extra energy support there. We got plenty of cheapening and range bonusing on this, so we should be good there. We should be good there. We think it drops from Corrupted Ancients? Yeah, Monsieur PA at what drop rate? And that's a rhetorical question. I know what the drop rate is, I just looked at it. It's very damn low. We're not including that. Now I need to do weapon choices. Let's see about some lower tier weapon choices. One that I can go for is the Fullman. And the reason I can go for the Fullman is that it is only mastery rank 8. So this is actually a reasonable weapon for someone to have when they are trying to dominate the star chart. If you can't get yourself to mastery rank 8, you're struggling overall, aren't you? I don't know why I started typing that. Serration, it's the other way around. I'm still going to down pip it, because I know that endo farming is more difficult than just getting a bit of mastery rank. People say Mark 1, Bratton, Heck, Dread. I mean, yeah, if you want to name even worse weapons overall, sure, go use worse weaponry. But if you're mastery rank 8, and remember, mastery rank 8 is low. That is a low mastery rank. If you're mastery rank 8, just barely enough to even access the ribbon system, you've got the full men. So I'm going to say that's fine. I'm going to say that's fine for usage here. Split chamber is a reasonable enough mod to encounter because we're not going Amal, we're not going Galvanize or anything like that. Split chamber hasn't got a load of pips on it, so that I think is a fair addition. The viral mods, sorry, the 60/60 mods, which will give us viral, those are plenty obtainable and they're cheap to use, so we are going to throw those on. That is absolutely allowed in my opinion. And again, with the crit mods, they are pretty standard fare. But this is no former, just a potato. I think that's pretty standard fare. For a newer player, I'd say it's pretty standard fare. Exactly, Amlorb, yeah. MR8 is easily doable. So, getting to this point, easily done. If someone's like, oh, but I'm only MR5, I can't use the Foreman, I only have access to the Boltor, and I don't have a potato on it. So, okay, well, get good at the game then. Start getting upgrades. Don't come complaining that the game is difficult when you choose not to get upgrades. Go level up. As part of an RPG, you level up. So I'm not going to sit around on mastery rank 0 weapons with no form and be like, oh, wow, game's difficult. Like, yeah, no shit. So, we got the form in there. MR8. Let's have a look at other bits and pieces. What rank is the Comac? I've got loads of format. It would be a bad comparison. Let's see. What have we got that's nice low mastery rank? Did they show the mastery ranks here? They don't. Damn it. Is it rhyme rounds a bit annoying to get? It can be a bit annoying to get, but it's something a newer player can farm for. I'm sure of it. Let me just double check. Rhyme rounds. Rhyme rounds drops from tier 2 spy. It's perfectly fine for a new player. Tier 2 spy. Easy peasy. Lure spy only? Well, Bounty Bucket, you are wrong. Congratulations. Tier 2 as well. Not just Lure. Gamma Core? I could go Gamma Core. Gamma Core is very low mastery. I feel like I've taken it a little bit too far down because Gamma Core is not really that great of a weapon. What MR can you get the Twin Gracketters? Atomos? Do I even have an Atomos? Atomos? No, I don't. Ah, that's unfortunate. You know what? Sorry, I'll just go Gamma Core. Whatever. It is weak. I haven't properly upgraded this one. It is weak, but sure, why not? I'll make it a status one. We'll use this as status support for the Foreman. So, the Foreman's already got Viral on it. What I'm going to do then is go for Corrosive Heat. We pop that at the end there. Let's take off that one, why not? Let's get Corrosive onto here. Now, they would not have Jolt, most likely. A newer player is not going to have Jolt. Let me just triple check on that. Yeah, no, that's a Barricadier item, so no, Jolt is off the table. I'm not allowed that for my Corrosive. So I'm going to have to go Convulsion. And then Pistol Pestilence? I would like to think they can get that. But now I ask about it. Something about that tells me it might be... Yeah, no, that's a Corrupted Vor one. That's unreasonable for a newer player, I'd say. So, I am actually going to go for just straight up these ones. Scorch, on the other hand, is a spy mod, so that is much fairer. That is much fairer. Perispatatus? Perispatatus. Perispatatus. So, just finishing your status upload galvanized mod video. Still processing all the info. Thank you very much. You're welcome, dude. Glad you appreciate it. Twin Gracketters MR9? Oh, well, that's out then, yeah. Too high. We're looking at MR8. MR8. But yeah, with the Toxin one, it's from Corrupted Vor. You have to go all the way up through there. Are all of them from Corrupted Vor? I thought some were from Spy Missions. I mean, if they're all from there, then I do need to change up the Foreman then, actually. So I went Malignant Force. I thought that one was from a Spy. But, you know, I actually kind of overlooked that. Malignant Force... No, you're right. That is Corrupted Vor as well. My bad. That comes off then. That comes off. We'll need to go for that instead to put this as viral. Yep, that's what I got. Missing 2 pips. Oh, let's rank it up. Go. That's fine. Don't know what that is, but that's fine. There we go. Pathogen rounds is Hive? Well, as in just normal Hive missions. Pathogen rounds, I swear you would have got some form of toxin on a secondary earlier than that. It drops from enemies as well. It's not just Hive, it drops from enemies as well, mate. So, again, please, if you're going to make suggestions about, oh, that's not suitable for newer players, please double check first. You know, like, oh, it's from Hive. Check, please. I don't need to be told the wrong thing right now when I'm trying to put this together. In any case, Valkyrie, now that I read that, nicely done, well done. Valkyrie, thank you very much for your subscription with Prime. Cheers, welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. Alright, so I'm happy with allowing these mods into here. Scorch is a spy mod, you can get hold of it. We've got the multi-shot, we're going to want to have some fire rate. Gunslinger, that should be plenty doable for a newer player. I'm sure Gunslinger is doable for a newer player. It's gotta be. Let's see here. Oh, you can just get it from containers, you can get it from various enemies. You know what, that's a reasonable one. Yeah, there's loads of drop sources on that one. I'm allowing it. I am definitely allowing it. I won't go for Lethal Torrent, because I think that one is a Nightmare mod. Now we'll go with these. Let's see if we get something different as well. Hello, Beard. How you doing? Let's see. For that remaining 11, I suppose we could just go Heated Charge. Yeah, that works. We'll have Magnetic Corrosive Heat on top of the Viral Electric we'll be getting from the Foreman. That's a lot of status types, as much we're not even using that. I'm making a super new player build. I'm making a new player build which a newer player, MR8, should have access to. If you are MR8 and you look at this and go, oh, I'm not even close to having that stuff, I'm sorry, you're not even trying. You've leveled up weapons, cool, but you've not gone and got loot. This is a looter shooter, go get some loot. But yeah. Will be good to compare sim build, how it stacks up against the Atomos. I mean, the Atomos, it's higher MR, it's probably going to be stronger, it has a chaining attack on it. The Gamma Core I'm using just because it's in my inventory. Obviously, I'm not going to spend plat just to get the Atomos right now for this demonstration. And now, you know what? Broken War. Because Broken War you get from, what's it? Second Dream, isn't it? Is it Second Dream? Broken War. Come on, Wiki. Acquisition. Second Dream. Yeah. So Second Dream is fine. Second Dream is absolutely fine, because that is not a high-level quest. Yeah, it marks the changeover of things going on, but I think that is absolutely fine. I am going to remove a couple mods from it, so it has V and dash natively. Dump you. So V dash natively, so these two polarities we can't use, so that's fine. Let's use, again, only new person-friendly mods. We got Pressure Point. Blood Rush is more farmable these days, but I am going to skip that as well. I'm going to skip the Sacrificials, going to skip the Primes, all of that lot. Going to skip Condition Overload. Let's see then. So for the melee, we're going to be up against the Grenier, so I'm going to go Corrosive. You can place it from MR3. Well, there we are. Perfect. So I'm going to go for the Corrosive build on this. Let me check Fever Strike. Fever Strike should be obtainable. Yeah, plenty of enemies drop that one, and from Hive missions. So yeah, newer players can get a Fever Strike. That's not a problem. I'm going to assume the same for Shocking Touch. I'm going to double check that one as well. Once you've been playing this game long enough, you can lose track of when you actually get these mods. So Shocking Touch. Oh no, that's plenty obtainable. That's easy. Condition Overload you can get from a junction. When you say you can get, Glacialist, can? At what rate? Or do get? Condition Overload. Drop sources. Very low chance from a bunch of Deimos enemies. Or a Kuva Bombard. Drekka Butcher. Drecker Butcher. You can actually get it on Mariana on Earth. Ha! Wow. One-off chance. Okay, Glacialist, I'm not going to mince my words here. That's not very helpful. That is a lack of information right there. And so I'm going to skip over that because I've just checked what it says the conditional overload drop is. It doesn't look very great. So unless I'm missing something obvious, not hidden, but something obvious, I'm pretty sure conditional overload doesn't just hand itself to newer players. The Gladiator mods is an interesting one. The Gladiator mods, is that farmed from bounties, I think it was? And check like Gladiator Aegis. Yeah, Titus bounties for those kinds of things. So, Gladiator Might. Is that one that we should expect someone like this to be able to get? Gladiator Might, Cetus Bounty. It's a low rate, but well, actually it's not even that low rate, and it's on a level 20 to 40 bounty. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I'm putting it there to show that I'm not using the polarity in my favour. Okay then, Fury for some attack speed. You should have that mod. That or something better, so that's absolutely fine. Okie what else then? I think Smite Grenier should be plenty obtainable as well. You get these all over the place. I'm going to go with that one. It's not a very powerful mod, but it will fit for now. Let's see there. We've got damage, we've got attack speed. I mean, yeah, we can still get other crit mods. It's just not the really good ones. Duh. True Steel. True Steel should be attainable. Surely. Surely you'll have True Steel as a new player. It's not that hard to get, is it? Not hard at all. There we are. Perfect. That's fine, yeah. That's fine. Well, second mission's on. Second, because you have to do E Prime, then you can do Mariana. But yeah. Lastly then, it'll be Organ Shatter. Organ Shatter should also be a nice, easy one to get. So I don't want to go too hard on the bounties ones, Ragnos. You're saying Deimos bounties, what level? Because different bounties, different rewards, you know? Weeping Wounds, which wouldn't really be helpful for this build, I don't think. But Weeping Wounds is from... Alright, so it's a decent drop rate on the level 15 to 25. So that it's reasonably obtainable. But I don't want to overdo it on the bounty mods. And Gladiator Might, I feel like, is going to be more broadly helpful here than Weeping Wounds. But you're right, that one will be suitable. Switch Might and Shatter. Okay. But yeah, this fits in because I am not overdoing those polarities there. I think should be fine there. That's saving me 4, but that's costing 2 extra. Yeah, we got enough spare. Yeah, that's fine. So I think for newer players, that's going to be suitable. For newer players, that's going to be suitable. I can't turn off operator focus abilities anymore. I just can't. So let me make sure I can pick one that has as little impact as possible. That's giving me a damage bonus, so that's a no bueno. That would give me energy bonus. That would give me combo bonus. Does this one... I've not unlocked the armor. That's good. I'm not going to be switching to operator, so that's not going to trigger. I think this is about as good as I can get it, yeah. Yeah. But a focus school that's doing as little as possible when I'm not trying to use it, I think an Iron is going to be a fine pick for now. So this feels like an MR8 available build to me. Pain Stance, Crimson Stance is very rare. Good point. Oh, it's Crimson Dervish. Yeah. Swooping Falcon? We'll go Swooping Falcon. That's going to be good enough. I mean, you can get stances anyway. Yeah, do a little bit of transmutation. Stances are a thing. Don't forget the new palette and glyph. Oh, I think I have the palette already, but the glyph I don't. Yes, good point. Good point. So, what is it? Oh, it's a new palette. Oh, I'll take that. Yep, there we are. One Pride palette. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Jill, let's grab one of those. Thank you. And let's grab the glyph. There we are. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Lovely, lovely. What's going on in the orbiter? So, Beard, the sculptures, they evolved. They Yeah. Quintus and Esprit happened, Beard. Quintus and Esprit happened. There are... Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 170 of them. Fancy and Octavia Prime officially dating? I don't know if officially dating, but certainly that's the two that have been put onto the picture, yeah. I wouldn't call that officially dating, just because they're Warframes, they're not dating. Like, this isn't some Minecraft Let's Play. Random characters don't just start dating out of nowhere, but yeah. Alrighty. So, we got our... Oh, I haven't finished this new player setup. A newer player will not have farmed the absolute living hell out of Railjacks. Verglass? No. No Verglass. Yeah. You want to know what looks really amazing, Beard? Let me, very quickly, before I go into the mission, guys, let me just quickly do this. Equipment, Orbiter, Decorate, and then out of it, that resets their positions. Give it a moment. So I put them all into the rooms, side rooms. Yeah, just a couple come through. Like, hello, you two. Oh, they're on a walk together. That's lovely. They're all lovely, and oh, they got some friends. They got a few friends. Wait, they've got loads of friends. Oh God, they've got a few friends and an entire community of them. Yeah, just a few. Newer player would never touch Equinox given the amount of farming to get the stock one. That's Mizziak. My second ever Prime was Equinox Prime. The first one was from Twitch Prime, giving me Trinity. But my first ever Prime was actually Equinox Prime, and I got her before most other Warframes in the game. Entirely. So, actually no, this is not an unreasonable frame for a newer player. I specifically, as a newer player, went for Equinox Prime. She wasn't vaulted at the time, that helped out, but yeah. Prime frames, even difficult to farm, even if they have difficult to farm standard versions, the Primes are not unreasonable to get a hold of, so I don't see that as a, oh, a new player wouldn't have this, because I did. Hey, I've nerfed, Tentamizzy, I've nerfed my Equinox down to the level of a non-Prime, while still saying that the newer players can get the Prime. So, we're fine. Newer player's gonna have this. Newer player's gonna have this. Overruled. Double tribbles? Definitely getting that feeling, yeah. Okay then, let's do this.
Incoming transmission.
Let's do this. I'm on a demo, that's good. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's been a while since I've used weapons this week, so this might go badly, but we'll see. This is the mission that got moved on said that it got moved off the main track because people were struggling with it too much. So let's see. How much of a struggle is it really using MR8 tier gear? And this is gear that you don't just get by accident, you do have to work for it. But this is no former, potato only, newbie, not new, but newbie gear. And the basic Grenadier, they still die. Ooh, gotta watch out for bombards. You'll notice I've got no rolling guard, no adaptation. No, I'm not cheesing the defenses. I'm not using mods which would be completely unreasonably inaccessible to newer players. We're talking MR8. They're getting through the last bits of the star chart. They're trying to work towards arbitrations. They've got themselves Broken War here. Not a lot else. Not even going to use Operator. Not every newbie will survive after a farm of usual Equinox. Well, that's why you get the Prime one, yeah. Oh wow, just straight up took that guy's head off. Delete all the nearby enemies to make it easier for me to encounter. Deal with this one. Ah, yeah, well, the Foreman actually did pretty well there. The Foreman did pretty well there. It's almost as if, when I've been saying for ages that the Foreman is actually a really great primary weapon, it's because it actually is. Let's do a little bit of priming work. I've not even got condition overlay for priming to matter, but I'm just going to smack them with the status effects anyway. Hey, that's good news, on. I think. I think I saw a key anyway. I should probably just grab the key. Yeah. Stop smacking the Grenadier in the face, you know. We've seen we can hurt things.
Performance improvement? Won't be looking that Cupidon in the mouth.
Okay. Let's get ready for the next one. Now, the first Demolisher was a heavy gunner, which is one of the easier ones to deal with the Grenadier. As long as you've got corrosive damage, they melt. The Nox is going to be dangerous. Because they're going to be weak to radiation. Whereas I have corrosive and viral builds. Yeah, even with that. Even with the guy using that, because the Foreman is just such a powerful weapon, we're not worrying about it. We got this on lockdown, guys. Activate that. Grab the focus door, because hey, why not? Every new player is going to be running for them. Gunlock saying, just finished my Eidolon runs, got some good arcanes. Nice. At the moment, we are doing a disruption run with MR8 gear. If you're Mastery Rank 8, you should be able to access this kind of gear. Maybe not have it straight away, maybe you have to do a little work to get it. You should be able to access this kind of gear. We got it modded such that no form would be needed, just potatoes. And we're fine. We are handling this mission. This way. That sounded like a Nox. It is the Nox one, okay. Aiming for the headshots, aiming for the headshots. Okay, he's dead anyway. You know what, chat? This is why I was surprised that Disruption had to be moved off of the main path, as it were, on Sedna. This is why I'm surprised that the Disruption mission got moved so far around to the side. This is a no-former setup. I'm getting yanked every which way by Scorpions, and they are genuinely the most dangerous bit of all of this. Genuinely, the most dangerous bit. You think solo is easier too? I mean, if you are not solo, your teammates should be pulling more weight. This isn't a mission that suddenly gets faster with more people. You can work together. So whilst more enemies will spawn, you've got more people dealing with said enemies. You know, it's not like all of a sudden the game just spawns 4 demolishers per key. But seriously, if someone's struggling with this mission, as a newer player, as anyone, if they're struggling with this mission, if your concern is, oh, but they might not be solo, oh, I'm sorry, okay, go solo then. Stop having teammates which are just that bad, they are actively holding you back when you are using gear I've intentionally downranked. We're not even using a mod with more than 8 pips on it. Everything I'm using here is budget. And it's working. It is absolutely working. Even down to the melee side of things. This is a no combo melee. I've got no sacrificial mods on here. I've got no primed mods. We're just using things like Fever Strike, Organ Shatter, True Steel. We're using Pressure Point. No condition overload. No status priming. And it'll cut through stuff. I'm using 0 arcanes. There's no tricks going on there. There's no arcane energize. None of that stuff. Oh, look at that, an Xmas unit. Perfect, that's what I wanted to see. Now this is where we're expecting more trouble. Oh. Okay, we'll keep going, chat. I'm sure we'll find some more trouble in a moment. I'm sure the game will get harder. You know? somewhere around here is going to be a threat. Somewhere. Smack. Basically just bitch slap him with a sword. Oop, knocks. Staggering him with the impact procs. Smack him with a sword. We got an Xmas unit there. They are doing their best to be dangerous, and they are quite dangerous. I lost a bit of health there. But then we handled it. Oh yeah, knowing stuff helps. Yeah. Knowing stuff definitely helps. Obviously, if you go into the game not understanding what's happening, then yeah, you're going to struggle. But we're talking one of the missions which has been highlighted as the hardest for newer players. Disruption is rated that way. That's why it got moved. We're dealing with one of the hardest for newer players in the game. We're doing it with no Former, no Arcanes, no Arbitration tier or above gear, so no Galvanized mods, none of that. We're just doing it with what you can get at MR8 without having to stress too much. And then applying just the knowledge on how to play the game. Keep moving. Aim for the head. Take out priority targets. Listen for demolishers. Move around the map. Use the correct damage types. Now, if I wasn't using corrosive here, this would be a lot harder. This would be a lot harder without corrosive. Or without viral. If I brought, like, a magnetic Fulmin and a blast sword, yeah, I would be struggling. Three shots, taking out the bubble, and then I just kind of plow through him. These are Xmas units. They're taking a little bit of work, but I'm not seeing the struggle that people are talking about. I'm really not seeing the struggle people are talking about here. So yeah. The discussion around new players struggling is going to come down to new players need to learn how to play this game. Faction mod helps a lot here. It's almost as if you can build for who you're fighting. Holy shit. Can you imagine that? The concept of bringing the right weapon for the fight. Not bringing a knife to a gunfight, you know? You bring a sword and you make that sword cut through armor.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
So yeah. There are some aspects where new players are going to struggle, but it's not going to be just because, oh, no, they're outclassed by the amount of damage they need. They're outclassed by the weapons they need access to. They don't have Prime Sure-Footed, and that's just going to ruin their day. Oh, Demolishers are too strong. Overguard is too strong. I don't believe it. I genuinely don't believe it. It comes down to just getting better at the game. You start off the game able to just throw a kunai at everything and it dies. Sure. And then by the second half of the star chart, you actually have to look at where you're going. Think about what you're doing. Defense complete. It got touch and go there. Defense complete. So, yeah. That's the first time there's been a struggle. That's the first time this entire run there's been a struggle, and that is against the hardest demolisher we're going to encounter here. Oh, that might kill me. Yep. Mobility is key, guys. Move. You see how little defense I have. You see that I am vulnerable to attacks. You notice that things are not on the shiny side. You move. You just move. Whoop. That's a thing that a lot of new players have to learn. Move! The enemies are trying to shoot you. Don't make yourself an easy target. I'm going to see if I can actually finish this without dying. That might be a struggle, and then I just said it. because I have 145 health right now. I'm going to see if I can finish this round without dying.
That thing goes and you can kiss a conduit goodbye.
I'm going to stick to using main for now. If I feel like I need to switch to mend, I'll give it a try. Ooh, that was bad. That was a heat proc I did not want to have. Did I just get health drain? Oh, I didn't even notice that was the condition. That's bad. All right. There we go. Equinox. You keep moving. You take your shots where you can take them. You use your abilities sensibly. Bam. Still not dead. Yes, I'm having to try because I'm using lower gear stuff. But it succeeds. Roll out of that because that is a dangerous location. Rolling gives you damage resistance, remember? You want to be rolling, you want to be moving around. You sit still, you die. High priority target. Take them out. There we go. I can hear a Nox. Again, audio, great thing to use. So we know there is a high priority target down here. Unless I just killed him. Oh, there he is. Got him. You can hear the Demolisher. Use the damage to assist with the area, and job done. Job done. Right, let's get out of here. Hey, Zers. I'm demonstrating Kappa Disruption using MR8 gear. And, we're slapping. We're slapping. I do not believe that the Xmas changes have become too much for the newer players. Really, I don't. It takes a bit of work there, but I didn't use even a single life during that. Not one. Yes, there is a lot to learn. Yes, you do have to learn bits like roll into the Xmas fire. When the blast one sends a blast wave, maybe don't stand in the highly telegraphed attack. That would be a good idea. The one that makes the purple purple and goes smap. You'll notice the first time, oh shit, there went all my energy. Yeah, the game's bad at explaining stuff. I'm not debating any of that whatsoever. I'm not debating that the game fails to teach a lot of these things. I'm saying that the game isn't that hard. It really, really isn't that hard. Oh, here we go again. Oops, I've opened it. Close the hatch! Quick! We're good. Yeah, anyway. You can see the enemies you need to be dealing with. You can learn to listen for them. You can learn to just be moving. How many new players do you see going around, just kind of like ambling around missions, taking pot shots, and then they just get slapped? They're like, oh, I died instantly. This game's unfair. No, it isn't. You just stood in the middle of 5 different enemies and thought you could live. Come off it. Come off it. Dr. Evil saying, still don't understand Void Armageddon or the other Void Flood mode enough on my own to clear it. Not sure what the difficulty is there, my dude. What don't you understand about it? What has you confused about it? Yeah, Mott, the tier 4 Void definitely was more of a struggle for me as a newer player. That was definitely a struggle because it's a sudden jump up in damage, and that is more a failure again of the level system. It doesn't warn you that things are about to just become that much harder. It just jumps up without the level really going up and says, oh, what, did you fail? We'll try it again then. That's all it gives you. That's bad. The things, not sure if they're to be filled, protected, or killed. Dr. Evil, have you turned off your audio? Because that would probably make your experience a lot harder and a lot more understandable where you're coming from. Have you turned off your audio? Because the mission does explain itself as you go through. They tell you what to do. The quest also tells you what you're doing. They walk you through it. I didn't struggle for a moment to really understand that side of stuff, I'll be honest. You've turned it down to 5%? Well, that'll be it then, yeah. That will definitely be it. If you're not listening to what the NPCs are having to say, granted this game is very good at teaching you to ignore the NPCs, so that is partly on Warframe. But yeah, if you listen to what the NPCs have to say, they do actually give you a bit of advice about how to actually do the mission. It's the same with Disruption. There's a bit of delay because she takes a long time to actually get around to what she has to say, but Little Duck does walk you through what you're doing in Disruption too. This game has many difficulties in that area, teaching you to stop listening, because the mission giver will give you useless information sometimes, or information which is too vague to be practical. They'll waffle on a bit. I know I'm a victim of that as well. I work on it very hard for the videos to reduce the waffle. But you do need to be listening. When you're in a new mission, pay attention to what's going on, not just the enemies that you are used to seeing. Listen and look and put it together. And if all else fails, ask the streamer very nicely, hey, could you do a Lure Spy mission? Because I don't really understand it. So I remember someone like an hour ago asked about that, so let's do that. Let's do that. I am going to take Ivara, just so we can very gingerly walk through everything and demonstrate it all. And I'm going to stick with this loadout. Sod it. Why not? I'm going to stick with this loadout. Oh god. Well, yeah, let's move on from that. So someone earlier was asking to have a look at Lure Spy because that was confusing. I don't know if you're still here or not, my dude, but we're going to do that now. Where is it? Pavlov, there it is. Let's go do that. Okie dokie. Now, this is not a new player Ivara build. I'm using this Ivara build so that I can show you guys what we're up to. But yeah. Squeezio is saying, I think things like redirection acceleration is what throws people off. It seems like that's what you need, but helps very little. I don't know what game you're playing, Squeezy. We just used redirection acceleration in that disruption mission to great effect. Yes, you do want those mods. Until you have better mods, yes, you do want those mods. Redirection is a great mod. Giving you a load of extra hit points which regenerate is brilliant at lower levels. Why wouldn't you use it? Lure Spy is easy with Limbo? True. It is. I'm going to go through this with Ivara, just so we can very leisurely go through this in a teaching manner. And again, I'm using the loadout we're using the disruption mission, so you can see again, these enemies do not stand a chance against just basic modding. Seriously basic modding. Alright then, so this is the first of the vaults we're going to do. Let's activate it and assess the area.
The moon said an exit from the void has had unforeseen consequences. Be on the lookout for localized continuity disturbances. You may be able to turn these to your advantage.
Now you might be wondering what you're doing here. I intentionally stopped speaking for a moment to let Lotus speak there. For anyone who's not listened to that before now, Lotus just pointed out there are continuity disturbances. Continuity, your timeline. There are disturbances. We may be able to use them to your advantage. This is a Chekhov's gun situation. These things don't exist without a meaning. So like, for example, this here. We are meant to interact with these things. Now, through all of this section, there's not actually a lot to have to worry about. But look on the mini-map. If you look up ahead on the mini-map, you'll notice that there is a white icon, which is normally reserved for consoles. That icon is, hey, there is a thing over here. We can see that. There is a thing you might want to be interacting with. Now, we want to get to that, and that's what we're working through. As one of the options as to how we can go about this. You can see there is another one inside the vault room. That also indicates that is a place we might want to be. You can kind of start piecing these bits together. This is how you can work your way through the vault when you inevitably forget how to do the vault. Because let's face it, this isn't exactly a simple looking area. And you'll be like, what can I do with those? you start to get an idea as to the bits and pieces you can piece together. Now, I'm going to actually go back through here. Now we've got that door open. Instead, I can just meander my way through. Aim glide around. Use that zip line. Cool. Whee! And now we know that this is going to take us back to this spot here. And it's just opening up more options for us. There are lots of ways you can go about this one. I'm walking you through observing the game, seeing what is around, learning from what is in existence, rather than just hoping that there's some simple answer someone can just hand you. Like, for example, again, Chekhov's gun. Laser beam being blocked by this. We got a zip line guiding us to some rocks to stand on. Allow us to get around it without having to worry about the laser beam. We've got these white tree energy root things everywhere. These are indicating to us, look, pathway. When you take the time to really look around you, you'll notice the game's actually showing you what you can use. And this is a challenge. Obviously, this one is a challenge. I'm going to skip it. Because I'm Ivara, I can do that. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. Get. And again, we see the tree roots going up over to here. This is, ooh, if I can jump correctly, this is where we want to be next. And bop.
This console has been severely damaged. You can't
Oh
get
no.
anything out of it in this state.
Console is damaged. Whatever shall we do? We go through the thing that's on the minimap that says, hey, you can interact with this. It is a console. Could have followed the routes below. Yeah, I'm just showing one of many, many options. I'm showing one of many options. And again, I'm demonstrating this on a level of pay attention to the goddamn game. Yes, it's going to be confusing at times. It is. But if you pay attention, you will discover the solution. If I just say, oh, just go ahead and do it. Nah. Oh, well, MMZK, if you're suggesting for the viewers, but you're saying in a Twitch chat, which normally to the stream, and you use the word you to start your sentence, I usually mean you're speaking to me. That's why I'm saying that. Like, if you want to say that you're saying that to other people and not to me, it probably helps to say that, because then I know what you're saying. HBA, cheers. Hello, Notorious Punisher. How you doing today? Alright, so one vault down, and let's now leisurely, carefully, and demonstratively have a look at the next one. Alright, I'm just going to roll my way through, take out a few enemies along the way. Once again, Foreman is good, Foreman is great, use the Foreman. What's the deal with that room's console? Tetrabisic, I have no idea if you're referring to the previous one or the one we're just about to get to. Or if you're meaning the spy console specifically and the whole that is back in time. Which Lotus talked about at the start of the mission. And as we got to the console. So yeah, it got damaged in the whole the moon blew up thing. Well, not blew up, but got shaken apart with its whole transitions through the void. So we go back in time to when it wasn't broken. And then we hack it. Alright, so, again, I'm invisible, using Ivara just so we can really have a good poke at all this. We can see loads of laser traps everywhere. So this is already warning you, do not just run into this stupidly. There are lasers everywhere. Think about the moves you take. Second, we can see that the console is down there. It's giving us a suggestion. We want to end up over there. We already know from Vault A, it's not as simple as just going there. Use the rifts. And once again, they are on the minimap, so we can see it comes up like a console icon, just like the one in the doorway, over here on the minimap. And eventually, if you take long enough, it actually tells you, hey, mate, you might want to try this. That gets us through one bit. Over here, we've got another rift. And that gets us out the back, able to progress. Again, watch out for lasers. Don't get caught out by that. I'm now going to inch my way along. That's an Energy Leech Eximus drone. Interesting. I'm going to hop our way across here. I'm using invisibility to make it where they definitely don't see me. Obviously, if you've not got an invisible frame, you want to pay a little bit more attention to where they're looking. Because I've got the invisibility, I can leisurely go through this. I'm still making sure not to lose the invisibility, but yeah. Losing that invisibility would be bad right now. So that has got us around to this location. Again, scale location, you can see we've got a spectator there, so we do not want to be seen by it. Taking things carefully, we've got this bit here, which is the lead up to the console. We've got a frozen bit, which we feel is slowing us down. Okay. All of this is a threat to us, but we see that we can't actually progress that way. Instead, Chekhov's gun, the one thing around here we can interact with, gets us out. Oh yeah, Evara's abilities will not alarm enemies, usually speaking. So long as you're not attacking them, you're fine. You can even put them to sleep if needs be. So now we've gone back in time again, and we're now here where it's not in a broken state. Like, good, we should be able to get down there, but the door is still shut. We got lasers in the way. How do we proceed? And that's because we got a glowing pad. This is a speed trial. Go quick. It freezes. We make our way through. Easy peasy. Definitely take your time on Spy Vaults. Nothing is rushing you except other players, and if other players are rushing you, go solo. Bada bip, bada boom. All sorted.
This console has been severely damaged. You can't get anything out of it in this state.
And we're just going to walk our way out of here because Evara's great. Ta-da! Easy peasy. We're just walking our way through, looking at the minimap, looking at the environment, seeing what basically has been added in, and piecing together the bits. It's like in Portal, where you'd look for the white surfaces you can put a portal onto. It gives you the hints as to how to solve it. And as always, there is always more than one way of doing things. I'm not showing you every way here, I'm just showing the way, or a way each, that you can do it. Also, I'm going to keep on just absolutely slapping these enemies because it's easy. Unmodded. Not unmodded, unformed. Basic gear. Alright, now this vault was an interesting one. It just opened up into it. I could have sworn there was meant to be a console, but okay. We just opened up into this vault. And this one perhaps is one of the more confusing ones. Ever. Because you can get straight to the console, but it's already broken. You're like, okay. You look on the minimap and you can see that there is a time warp portal or a console or something that way and that way. I'm going to check the back one. That was the one closest to it. We're like, oh, can't get around there. Okay, can we go through here? Does this allow us to get through? No, can't get through here. Walk your way around. Explore the area. Right, okay, so we can't get through to that back whatsoever. But there is the one over here. And we can see what's the door won't let us through at the moment. Button. Evidently, the mission is saying, go here. So we'll go here. Yeah, I'd usually do this with Limbo as well. But Evara's better for teaching purposes. So, there's only one thing to do. Let's activate the console. I'm going to put on my normal invisibility for when the power zone runs out. Now we can explore again. This time, We were like, ah, yeah, we can get to the console now. Nope, there's a barrier. So again, explore your way around. Have a look what there is. Got lasers over there, but that's nothing. On our minimap, there is a console here. So, clearly it wants us to do this next. Up. Make our way through. And we can see again, there is a console below us. There's a console below us and over this way. There is a laser barrier on this. And we see lasers there. We see a grate. Notice that shimmering effect. If you see that, that tells you it's destructible. That tells you, hey, there is another option for how to do things over here. I'm going to go the longer way around. I'll be honest, because I'm not actually experienced with that route. So I'm going to go the longer way around, supposedly. Take that out. We slide past the lasers there. Using the barricade at the back. So as you go past... Oh dear. As you have the lasers go past, you use basically this structure. The lasers go on this side. You walk past it that way. So it blocks the lasers for you. Never noticed the grate before? I mean, I didn't notice it for ages either. No. One of those things you're like, oh, shit, that's there. You see here again, we got the lasers going past. We're going to use this to sneak past the lasers, like so. Not my invisibility gaming past there. It is literally just using the environment around you. Now again, those consoles are below us, and we don't have an access to below here. We got lasers. We got a very obvious button. Whereas again, follow the instructions. Follow what the room is telling you to do. This opens up the door. And we see a button. That lets us get through. These, I believe, are destructible. Yep, there we are. So we can take those out to make our way through. Whereas that one is not destructible. This one is, but that one isn't. You can tell the difference. That one's not got the white plate on it. We actually follow rules and don't go guns blazing? Yeah. Yeah, seriously. And again, I'm only showing one of the many, many, many different ways of doing this. Now, again, Chekhov's gun is in the room here. If you're not familiar with Chekhov's gun, just Google it. It's a very simple premise that you really should understand about story writing and zone writing, all that lot. But what we've got here is what seems to be an otherwise impassable room, and then a big old time rift saying, yeah, no, the answer is this. This isn't just here for the hell of it. This is an answer. Now we can see, okay, this room is wrecked. We're back into the present day. There are still lasers and a door that is down. As we look around, we can see a gap. And this is how we can get through. Bit by bit, look at the rooms, break them down, see what's going on. Do not walk onto that laser again. Make your way through. And this is an interesting one. This one throws off some people, I know, a lot of the time. I've seen different people try and do this one. They look at this like, what am I supposed to do with this? Look at the room. Before you act, look at the room. We want to be going that way. There is a big old door here. Do you really want to go through it on that side? Yep, we're going through Lewis Spy. Someone has to see a Lewis Spy breakdown. I'm going full in on it. Bump. Teleport through, recloak, just for teaching purposes. But you see, rather than dealing with anything over that side, we've gone teleported through the door. Again, more lasers to make your way through. I'm just going to take this very gingerly, jump over that one, crouch, crouch walk through here, jump over that one, easy peasy. And we can see here we've got an option to head back into the past. We can see other things going on, so we've got lasers over this way in a panel, so we could go this way. We can see that the vault is this way and there's a bunch of buttons. So this has a lot of options available to you. You can see how the room is giving you ways to do it. Pick your poison. This one's actually my preferred one. This one is my preferred one. Someone's already saying, yep, Simon says. So I'm going to decloak for a moment now. Let's switch to my automatic mode, just so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to number these around. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number them around. Let's go for it. 6, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. 6, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. Oops, I overjumped it. 6, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. Easy peasy. It's going to be different. I believe it is different each time, unlike the Octavia puzzle. But you just quickly find a way to remember what happens, and then through you go. Easy peasy. We don't need to deal with any of the other stuff going on. Because we got the code right, we can just walk on through and claim our reward. Just like so. When you pay attention to the room, pay attention to what your mission giver is telling you, and think a little bit, you'll find you can actually just make your way through. 6 too much to remember for you? I mean, if you can't just put 6 numbers in your head briefly, or in some other way, just remember the order they've been pressed in. If you can't handle that, well, there's other routes. Or get a sheet of paper. Did past Oricans also jump on them, I wonder? Honestly, given this was training for Tenno, they probably had the kids leaping around or void dashing onto them, yeah. Remember, all of this was training rooms for Tenno. At least that was my understanding of it, yeah. Alright, so now we can make our way out of here. I'm just gonna full send it. We can just leave. We're done here. We've shown the vaults now. There's nothing left to demonstrate on this bit. First time Lich owner. Question. My Lich is on a planet I never go to right now. Should I rush and get a railjack to kill them, or just do it whenever it's convenient? Whenever it's convenient. Subsistio, whenever it is convenient. If you don't want to deal with the Lich right now, if you don't need whatever they've got, just leave them. If you're not that interested in it, you don't have to do it. Oh man, guys, rhyme rounds, so hard to get. Oof. Oh, ah, ooh. Blood Rush, so hard to get. Oof. Ah, ooh. Oh no. Rhyme rounds and Blood Rush, really hard for newer players to get that. Like, you have to go through a whole spy mission. Oh, so hard to do. You imagine having to get Blood Rush and Rhyme rounds from just a single spy mission? No. Newer players can't get access to that. It's impossible. Yeah. Little bit of streamer luck there, but at the same time, you know, it's not that much. Is it now? The spy vaults are the same every time on that mission. Every time. So yeah, I think that went pretty well. Rigged? Rigged my ass. It's called streamer luck. I'll get heads 51% of the time on flipping a coin, you know. It's a 1 in 20 chance. Yeah, I'm number 1. Got it. All right. So yeah, I hope that has been a suitable demonstration on handling that kind of mission. Both Disruption and Lure Spy, 2 of the more difficult missions for anyone to handle. We're using basic weaponry here. This is not your starter weaponry, but this is low-level weaponry, barely modded as far as I'm concerned. You know, we got 2 missing mod slots. We got no adapter, no Xless slot, no formers going on, no primed mods, not even fully ranked up mods here. This is basic stuff, and it works. Just works, guys. Even here, not even a single rare mod. Screw Prime. Nothing here is even gold. Did the trick. So yeah. So many space Roombas? Yeah. This is a recent addition. It's kind of a lot of them, yeah. There's 170. Thank you very much, both Esprit and Quintus on the channel here. They gifted those ones over. So yeah, Alright then. Next up, we had a request from Storm Mafia. Yep, Storm Mafia. Pick frame. I'd like for you to play Wisp in the next mission because she is my favourite frame. Since I have many friends which are new to the game and I just support them and let them do their thing without the fear of dying. Well, that is nice of you, Storm Mafia. That is nice. And Wisp is a good frame to bring if you just want to help your friends learn pieces because she will give them a lot of health support and even a bit of crowd control support if you decide to go that a bit further. And you can just kind of stay out the way. You keep jumping, the enemies won't even focus you. What's my favourite weapon in Warframe? My favourite Warframe is Lavos, and my favourite weapon, there's loads of different weapons I'll use. I mix them up. So I don't have one go-to favourite, although the Fullman I have given the biggest amount of love to over the years, but that's because it has been out longer than most of the other weapons I use a lot of. But still, the Fullman is a great weapon, so I suppose Lavos Fullman, that's probably your top two to go for there. Alright, let's take this Wisp, and I want to go do some more of that Disruption, but this time we're going to go stack it all the way up to that top tier gear again. We're going to take the Fullman really fully modded. Let's take the Steel Path Grenadier version. We're going to take the... We're going to late him again? Let's go with Carriers this time. Sod it. Triple check the build. This. What? I don't know why these say Infested Corpus Grenadier. They are not that, but this looks like the right build. Yeah, I think this is it. There we go. We'll just run with it. And Glade Prime because Glade Prime's OP. Cool. Also going to bring Fenric. And of course, give Verglass to the carrier because Verglass is ridiculously powerful as well. Alright. Oh, I forgot to check. Have I got Prime Sure-Footed on? That would matter a bit. Yes, I have. Good, good. Alrighty then. Now, with this new improved power, let's head back to that Sedna mission. Let's head back to Kappa and feel the difference. Let's feel the difference over there. Now we have something a little bit more powerful. Just a little bit.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from...
Oh, and Arachnos would like a little bit of ambient as we get into this, so, you know what, let's quickly switch it over before we get started on the mission proper. Let's switch over to that for you, my dude. There you go.
And you can pull the shinies out. Trick is, you've got to wait to open. Something happens to
Verglass is great.
before you can pull the goods.
It is great as a weapon to use.
Ever. Also, the believers
Alright,
Alad sold
let's
the
head on in.
tried to kill ya. Give that console
And this is actually a slightly nerfed Wisp because I've got Decoy on here for some reason. I still haven't taken that off.
your regular vault job. Alad V sold the conduit.
But yeah, you can see already, Verglass is kind of powerful. I haven't shot my gun yet.
Signed for the tenner. Don't you worry though. I've got some workarounds.
Yep, still haven't shot my gun. Don't need to. Can I do a Verglass only run, guys? I'm going to try it for now. Let me see. Can I do this Verglass only?
First key.
Ragnos, I put a signed armor on Wisp because you deserve to be bonked.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing blows and you can
This side, this side.
goodbye.
I'm not going to shoot the gun if I can avoid it. Come on, Verglass. Come on. Oh, please. Please. Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage there. I'm taking a lot of damage. Come on, Verglass. Come on, get the Demolisher. You can do it. Target the right thing, please. Please. Okay, that was a little bit closer than I intended, but it got there. It got there. Alright then. This isn't even optimized for pure Verglass. I'm just doing this on a whim. There we are, got our new key. Thank you very much. I'm just going to go get that focus orb as well, because why not? People be like, oh, Sentinels can't keep up. They die all the time.
Take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Not if they kill everything. The only weakness of Verglass is Warframe Companion AI. True. True. Yeah, we got a little bit of crowd control going on. Otherwise, they're dying to Verglass. Verglass is a gun on the Companion. I've got the Companion Carrier Prime, and Verglass is its weapon. As you can see, it just kind of zaps the enemies one by one. Zip, 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 zip. It reloads. Zip. Oh, okay. Okay. They want to use that, do they? Use AI, force him out of it, and he's dead. Where's this demolisher coming from? I'm actually really concerned that we've not heard them yet. I should have heard something by now. Where are they? Because they got an enemy speed boost. That really doubly concerns me. Here we go. This way? No. That way? Here we go. And it is the Nox one of all of them. Damn it. Come on, Verglass. Do what you need to do. Come on. There's so many enemies nearby. Is it going to target correctly? Please. Shit. Never mind. Okay, Verglass only doesn't work. Not for this. Verglass only might be asking a little bit too much when I'm using Wisp, who is that fragile. Never mind. It'll be fine if there weren't other enemies distracting my carrier.
Demo unit's on its way.
So now we'll step it up. Now we'll just carve through everything like a hot knife through butter. Well, I was just on my way to the next conduit. If the Demolisher wants to be there, sure, I'll kill it.
Don't let them near the conduit.
Hey, we got the speed boost this time. Nice. Quickly check over here. Nope. Swing back the other way. Oh, here we go. You wonder what sound category Demolist is under? Not sure on that one. Not sure what sound category it comes under. But yeah, you could absolutely turn that up and reduce the sound of everything else, but I don't know what you would be turning up there. You might actually end up making, you know, all of the enemy sounds very loud. I'm playing here with the distraction of, you know, the other enemies, all the other in-game stuff. I've got music going. I'm looking at chat here. The main thing that helps you with demolishers is just keeping mobile. Scour the map. Pay attention to where they should be spawning. Oh wow, 2 keys at once. Don't mind if I do. When you focus on those spawns, when you basically try to grab them before they become a threat, that gives you more time to work with. I'm scouring out this way because I know that they can spawn over this far. But I'm hearing nothing, so it's likely not out this way. I'm going to quickly head back over now. And I can hear the beeping, so I am on a time limit. There he is. Got him. There we are. Grab the new key. Use the carriers to just kind of immolate a couple of them. Up.
Demo unit coming in fast.
Alright.
That thing blows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
Let's use the Icarius for a little bit. This is a weapon which you get from... I think it's from on Uranus? Yeah, on Uranus. Again, disruption mission, so it's kind of suitable here. Not hearing anything so far. Nope, so I'm going to head back again. Don't want to stray too far. Yep, it's over this way. And it's under. Whoop, this is going to be a bit spicy. Damn enemy speed boost, and it's dead. There we are, that works. Verglass finished it off. Any idea if a pet with animal instinct will paint them different on the map? No, they look just like another enemy. Just like another enemy. I've done a full guide on Disruption, so if you are struggling with Disruption as a mission, even after what I've shown you here today, then check out my Disruption guide. !Disruption if you need a link to that one. I have done a full guide on Disruption to demystify this apparently difficult game mode. I still disagree with the idea of it being difficult. But yeah, if you need help with it, I got a guide on it. Alright. Animal Instinct will show you the enemy on the minimap, but it'll look like just another enemy. It doesn't call it out specially. Just have to pay attention to what's appearing on the map where. And I figured it out. Alright, let's head over towards the other location. And we're going to find the Demolisher as a result. Perfect. Okay, it's an Ox. That's slightly more resistant to the Icarus. We'll just have to fire again. There we go. Like most things in Warframe, it's hard if you don't know. I mean, like most things in life, you know. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have any idea at all, you go in blind and just hope that everything you've done before is going to work, yeah, you're going to struggle. Like, come on, if this game was so easy that someone brand new could do it just fine, none of us would have been invested in the first place. It's because there are challenges to overcome, but they are not difficult challenges. They're just challenges you need to just learn about. It's not mechanically locked away from you, I'm saying. Even a newer player has what they need to do all of this. Just knowledge. It depends, Nazurko. Some people struggle with actually doing the damage, and that's a modding failure. More than anything. That is a modding failure. Others find it difficult to stay alive long enough to deal with the Demolisher, and that comes down to usually a movement failure. You'll get people who are just like, okay, let's... Oh, I've got a load of speed at the moment. Just dispense of that buff. Really demonstrates. I'll be like, okay, well we got some enemies here, so I'm gonna take out you, and I'm gonna take out you, and get you. Yeah, I'm doing well now. Oh, we've got a guy. Oh, okay, he died. Okay, I'm gonna go over and kill this one now. Yeah, we get in there. Don't do that. If this is how it looks when you are trying to fight, you are the reason you are struggling, not the game. Move. Ooh. You can practically fly in this game. Do it. Become hard to hit. It actually works.
Interference routines. Demo units 2.
Do I have a build vid for the Foreman? I do have a build video for the Foreman. It is out of date, as it was before the Galvanized mods, before the primary arcanes, all of that lot. So the builds that I actually put in that video, they are out of date, but they are still perfectly fine if you haven't got access to the stronger mods. By and large, there's not that much in the way of changes to it. Galvanized Chamber is the main one, and switching over to Galvanized Shot if you really want to, if you're using a primer. Adding on a primary arcane just for loads of damage, but otherwise there's not a lot of change to them. But it is an out-of-date video, so you will need to adapt stuff for later game. I'm not looking to do a repeat of that one anytime soon, though. Mlorp, you can have 1 ticket, not 5. Come on now. 1 ticket is enough. Oh, this side. Hello, friend. Flap. You want 100 tickets? Mlorp, tell you what. If 100 people enter this giveaway, then there will be 100 tickets. How does that sound to you? You want there to be 100 tickets, so if 100 people join in, then we'll have 100 tickets. How's that for you? I think that's pretty fair. Where's that Demolisher? There they are. And they're dead. Lovely jubbly. I'm still just kind of dicking around on this mission, to be honest. I'm just floating my way through as Wisp, and it just works. Believe it or not. 100 factorial? Okay, yeah, 100 factorial. Let's not be going for that. I don't think, even in a full 3-hour stream, we would have enough time for the bot to actually process 100 factorial tickets. It might even be more tickets than there'll ever be humans in all time. Pretty certain we don't need 100 factorial tickets, yeah. What am I talking about? Of course it's going to be more than humans in all time. It's going to be well more. Well more. I might actually be more than all atoms. Let me think. Yeah, because you've got to do, what's it, 100 times 9 times 98 times 97, etc., all the way down. Even if you just had 100 lots of 10 multiplied together, that's still Google, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's 100 factorial will be more than atoms in the universe. We're not having that many tickets. Oh yeah, the Foreman has some brilliant sound design, doesn't it? 50 factorials more than atoms in the universe? Well, there we are then. There we are. It's 100 factorial. That's more than the atoms in the universe. Fair enough. 100 factorial is 9.3 times 10 to 157. Yikes. Yeah, that's just a little bit higher than the number of people who might actually enter. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. What's this about tickets? So you can do exclamation mark ticket to get yourself a chance to win it. We're doing a platinum giveaway like we do on almost every Warframe stream here on the channel. And so if you would like to get yourself 75 platinum, doesn't matter what platform you're on, if you're on Xbox, PC, PlayStation or Switch, exclamation mark ticket, you get yourself a chance to win it. It's open to everyone here on the channel. I'll be doing the draw at the end of the stream and I'll contact the winner via DM on Twitch. So even if you had to go away, you know, your dog's thrown up on the carpet, you needed to run to the loo, you were getting yourself another cup of tea, honestly, that is a perfectly fine excuse to not be there. Even if you missed the announcement at the end of the stream, but you are the winner, all you need to do is respond to the message within 24 hours, and yeah, you'll have a chance to win it. Yeah, respond if you are the winner, obviously. I won't message you if you don't win, that's not how it works. Ah, shit, they've raided. Well, nothing we can do about that now. Burn the ship. What is a tea of choice? I would always go for an English breakfast tea. I always like going for that. English breakfast, bit of milk, no sugar, does me just fine. Lovely. Tizzler is saying, I will personally give someone 2p if they actually play Switch Warframe. Well, it's funny you should say that, Tiz. Let me have a look here. Let me have a look. Oh, very quickly. This is... Yeah, so very quickly, if I go to Twitch... Raffle records, latest raffle, there we go. Yeah, I did remember correctly. So, the winner on Sunday was in fact a Switch player. Yeah, the winner on Sunday was in fact a Switch player. But yeah, there are Switch players here, my dude. Absolutely. When was the postcard reward added? That was added today, Mythic Spirit, in replacement for Extract Everything. Because if we go here, past the line of domestic drones, you'll notice that, Mythic Spirit, they're gone. Anyone who has been a regular on the channel will recognize something is very wrong about this room, and it's not just the number of drones coming through to nibble my feet. All the sculptures are gone. Yeah, and in case you're wondering what happened, Quintus happened. So, yeah, rip sculptures. 266 of them. Who redeemed it? It was Quintus. It was Quintus, and he didn't just redeem it, Mythic Spirit. He redeemed it for bits. So, yeah. He went all out to make sure that those sculptures were just gone. So now instead of gold, we've got 170 domestic drones. If you don't know the name, Quintus must be new? Yeah, basically, yeah. Every regular here knows Quintus. Quintus is one of the most regular viewers of all time on this channel, I think. I think the only person who has watched more of this channel, aside from technically myself, is Beardface. That's it. Otherwise, it's Quintus. Pretty certain of that fact. I think 4th place goes to someone who's never said a word. So, go figure. What was the bit to Hispanic conversion ratio? So, Mythic Spirit. If you want to redeem a channel point redemption on the channel, but you don't have the spanners for it, or don't want to use the spanners for it, or you're locked out for any other reason, if you divide it by 10, that number of bits is usually a fair ratio. So, like, pick a frame. If you want to jump the queue with pick a frame, or if you want to pick more than one frame in a stream, 75 bits, I think that's a fair tip to the stream. Helps keep me going, helps me continue to bring all the content I do to the stream, and you get yourself an extra pick a frame. Quintus heard that and went, yeah, that sounds about right for me. So 500,000 spanners, divide by 10, 50,000, job done. Yeah, Quintus is that ridiculously amazing. Serious bro right there for helping support the stream that much. Also serious monster for destroying my collection. God damn it. God damn it. So Lord Chibi, there is a single pick a frame per person per stream, and there is a max of 15 total across the stream, because otherwise usually I can't get to more than 15 pick a frames without just speedrunning stuff. Oh, Mythic Spirit, the idea is it's free. It's spanners. You just gain spanners. That's it. You just gain spanners by watching the stream. It's something that you can get when you've been here a very long time. That's the idea of it. Yeah, if you really want to rush it, Mythic Spirit, if you really, you look at the receiver postcard option, you're like, oh, but I want a postcard from Kenjin now. Then fine, yeah, go ahead, do it. And we'll discuss it after stream as and when. If you really want to do that, be my guest. I mean, seriously, please. But otherwise, don't stress over it. It's not a required thing. I'm not forcing it on anyone, that's why there's that free option there. As a thank you to those who stick around absolutely ages. How many yareli requests did we get today? That's a good question. Let me see. What requests have I been missing? Because I've been sitting in a mission a few times over. So far I've had 29,000 yareli requests. Yeah, totes. Yeah, so many yarelis. Precious Sponge. Too many. Yeah, no. Can't be doing any more. Sorry. Can't have it. No. No more yarelis, please. Definitely haven't had 0. Don't give me any more. We do have a request from Zontronic for Mag, though. So let's bring out Mag to the next disruption. And because we're running Mag, I'm going to run the Fenwar. I'm going to run the Latum. And Glaive Prime is Glaive Prime. Okie dokie. Energy drain mode. No, thank you. Just, I don't want to be dealing with that shit on Mag. No, thank you. You ready, Compressor Steel Path? Pass. Just pass.
Incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
Alright, let's do this. Can you get more than one ticket per stream? No. Tickets are hard locked to 1 per person per stream. Because otherwise people who've been here lurking for ages could just absolutely wipe a giveaway, and that's not what I want it to be. The giveaways are a thank you to those who have joined into each stream. It gives you an opportunity to get a little bit something back from that, on top of, you know, enjoying the stream itself. Gives you that token extra. It's not for someone to just farm up freebies. So if you're lucky and you win, then you're lucky, you win. But it's not a guarantee. Not something you can steal away from others by just being that much more present. Or saving up from previous streams. Yeah, Spirit. When I first started doing different types of giveaways, there were ways to get more than 1 ticket, but that was way back when. Way back. That was back when it used to be the Riven raffle. Now we do straight plat. Supported by DE. They're the ones who actually hand it out. You can get a Kenji postcard, so you can work towards one. You can work towards one there. I've made it available as a 250,000 spanner redemption reward. And yes, that is quite a few spanners. The idea is that it's, you know, something that you just get available to you if you've been here a very long while. So with it being personalized, Lord Chibi, we would discuss it off stream, because obviously I'd need to also know where I'm sending the postcard, so we'd actually have a proper conversation about it. You reading that, I'm not just going to print off a postcard and just have it sent to your address, that's it, job done. No. The 250,000 spanners, we're having a discussion about that. We're making sure it is a postcard you're going to be happy to receive. I don't want you to get just some piece of card and go, oh, well, that's a thing. We want it to be good. So that's the idea. It's not just going to end up in your letterbox. Like, oh, well, there we are, I got that. I want to make it worth your while. And that is also part of why it's 250,000, so that I can give it the proper time without being spammed about it. Because that would just make it cheap. We don't want to do cheap. Whoop! Dodge that. I should probably be over this way. I just realised. I haven't heard it. Where's the demolisher? Where is it? Here it comes. Let's just put some damage into that bubble. And he's dead. Yeah, that'll do. I'm not saying I'm going to privately stream to get streamers look to farm ash. Not sure that's how it works, but you know what? Give it a whirl. What? Why not? Give it a whirl. Heard good things about compressor with empowered. I haven't, but okay. Fair enough. Got one headshot in just in the nick of time there before I last dealt with that one. Kenjino with 4 yareli wearing Neko ears postcard swimming in lava. Postcard. I mean, not everything is going to be possible, Lord Chibi. If you were to have that postcard, we would find a way to make things work. We would find a way to make things work. Make sure we'll all be satisfied in the end. I can hear the beeping. It's over here. Oop, it's right there. And he's dead. I'm just going to drive bullets through that entire line of enemies. Screw them all. What are they going to do? Shoot me? Psh. Just going to leave them all to that. Neko is Kenjino would give you nightmares. I mean, that's understandable, yeah. That is understandable. Can I do a mag tenet plasma run? I mean, Sierra, if you do a request, although I'll be honest, looking at the number of requests I have already and the time on the stream, quite possibly not today. But that's certainly something you can request. Yeah, put in a request for mag, and if I'm in a good enough mood, I'll be happy to acquiesce with the weapon choice as well, as long as it's suitable for the mission. The main thing you get secured with a pick a frame is you will get to pick the frame. Anything beyond that is a suggestion. It is a suggestion. I mean, even the pick a frame is technically just a suggestion. You're not forcing me into it, but I'm happy to acquiesce most of the time. Ken the Catgineer? Pass. No. Alright, we've had our mag run. Let's just crush them for good measure on the way out. On the way out. Yeah, Mag and Fenmore do go great together. Very much so.
Safety's off. We kicked a clown car.
And job done. Job done. Is Mirage a good frame without strong mods? That's a good question, Georgiano. That is actually a very good question, because Mirage is a good frame, but the builds I usually show are strong. They are quite put together. So let's have a look at that for you real quickly. Let's have a look at Mirage without so-called strong mods. Just very quickly there. Let's bring up Mirage. Mirage Prime, of course. Why not? Now, I usually use Mirage just for one purpose these days, and that is my Elite Sanctuary Onslaught build, which is this one here. And you'll notice off the top, straight away, we've got some pretty powerful mods in play. You know, we've got a couple Prime mods in play. We've got, what's 1, 2, 3, 4 different mods, which have 10 pips. So, you know, it's quite a lot going on there in terms of the power department. That is a lot of investment. I mean, I think... Isn't this like 40,000 endo, 40,000, 30,000, 30,000, something like that? So, you know, it's quite a chunk of endo. However, this kind of build, if you were to have a normal flow, a normal continuity, a few less pips on Narrow Minded, a few less pips on Transient Fortitude, this build would still work. It would be weaker. Absolutely, it would be weaker, but it would still work. You'd have a bit less strength here. You have a bit less duration from this, but your range would go up. And because this is also tanking your duration just a little bit less, it slightly offsets that. And then, again, you'd have a drop in duration. The drop in duration here and here would certainly weaken it, because this is needing its duration. But it would still hold up quite well, I'd say. It would still hold up quite well, just depriming and taking everything down to 8 pips or less. Because yeah, corrupted mods, they're not hard to farm. They're really not hard to farm. As for a more standard go-to build, again with this one here, we've got Rolling Guard, so that is a bit of a later game mod. It's not one you pick up until you've done arbitrations or if you trade it. Why is enemy radar the aura? Oh, that's because Lord Chippy allows me to... sorry, not Lord Chippy, MMZK asked that. Allows me to spot where enemies are more easily. Even if my companion dies and is no longer giving me the radar, I've still got the radar, and it buffs on top of my companion as well. Makes it where I can launch myself around the map to exactly where the enemies are at. If I can get to them quicker, I can kill them quicker, and if I kill them quicker, I get more points. With this setup, just as a general go-to, I don't know why I've got total eclipse on it. I think someone was just asking for testing on that one. We're normally using that slot. Doesn't matter. Just chuck it out, because you'd probably not have an excellent slot if you're going for a very low power build. Again, swapping out the primes and reducing things down to 8 pips rather than 10 to make it cheaper on endo, you'd still be fine with the build. It wouldn't be as strong, but it still would be capable. Your strength would be down a bit, your duration would be down a bit. In exchange, you'd actually get back a little bit of range and a little bit of efficiency. So it would also be more forgiving on a newer player. As for the Arcanes, Arcane Avenger is more a quality of life bonus. It's not required. It just makes the crits more critty. And Arcane Energize, that's a brilliant mod to have, but there are other options around energy. Yeah. You know what it says? I think you're right, yes. I think you're right, it was testing that. That's why it was the very low range version. I didn't need to worry about it. Did someone extract the Horde? Yes, Space Cadet, yeah. It's available on the Replays channel if any of you missed what happened in here. Exclamation mark Replays, you'll see the previous streams, and I've got a timestamp in the comments of the latest stream one that's been uploaded. But yeah, it's all gone. Quintus did it. Does Avenger trigger on shield damage? Yes. Yeah, it triggers on any direct damage onto your frame, even through damage resistance and whatnot. So yeah, it'll still trigger even on shield damage. It's just on damaged. Whereas if we take, for example, Arcane Grace, you can see this says on health damaged. That's the difference. This one is on health, so hitting your shield won't heal you. This one, even your shield counts. Alright, now I'm not going to keep dabbling around on that because we have got a couple of picks I would like to get through. So let's get Arachnos' request of Protea. Let's grab Protea. And you know what, I'm just going to stick with the same weapons. They're solid weapons, all of this. This is a very powerful loadout these days, so yeah, fine. Mask on, that's fine. Get out of the way. All those damnable drones everywhere. That's total eclipse on the video, so it's meant to be there. Oh. Don't know why I had a down ranked on that one, Mythic Spirit. Unless, I probably explained in the video, I tweeted about this the other day, in fact. Sometimes, because there is just that much to remember in Warframe, I do genuinely just forget little bits here or there. The other day, and oh, it's got me, this did. The other day, I had forgotten something about bounty rotations. I just wasn't sure exactly how it worked out, and so I googled. I searched on Google about the rotations in Warframe for bounties, just to double check what it was. And up comes Google, it's like, oh yeah, here's this helpful Kengineer video about it. They can tell you the answer. Yeah, thanks Google. Thanks for reminding me I am forgetful little so-and-so. Just rub salt in the wound, dude. So if you ever find yourself having to go back to a video of mine to get a refresh on something, don't worry, so do I. So do I. Although to be honest, I don't actually end up watching the video. I then just pull up the folder I have the video saved in on my computer, and I'll just look into the notes there. My notes tend to be just a little bit more comprehensive. I pare things down quite a bit on the videos to take out extra details that don't really matter to most people. I mean, you know what, Mythic Spirit, I'd recommend it. Like, seriously. Go straight to the source, because, you know, it's weird. No matter how many videos I've watched from Nick Engineer, and I've watched more than a few of them, no matter how many of the videos I watch, I swear, that guy only talks about stuff I already know. Like, nothing Nick Engineer talks about is new to me. Yeah, I may have forgotten at some points or what have you, but that dude never covers something I haven't already learned for myself. There's only so much one person can do, I guess. Only so much one guy can do. Alright, let's go plug in this one. I want to see, can I kill the Demolisher with just a turret? I mean, surely I should be able to. This is a Star Chart mission. I should be able to kill him with just a turret. Surely. Enemy up there? Oh, there he is. Get rid of that thing. I don't like those ramparts. Those ramparts are annoying. I know Space Cadet. It's like he's copying me or something. Oh, it's a Nox. That might not work. Never mind. It worked. Okay, cool. Protea turret versus Nox Demolisher. Protea wins. If you struggle with Disruption, screw all the other advice I've given you throughout the rest of the stream. If you struggle with Disruption, just get Protea and press 2. Or get Verglass, because Verglass killed both of those enemies. Ah, there's a bad guy. Okay, he's using cover from the gun. I'll just shoot him off then. Whatever. Whatever. Verglass OP? Verglass is indeed OP. As far as Sentinel weapons go, Verglass is what they should be. But it is gated behind relatively later game content. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine. They're coming from this way. Turret, turret. And dead. Double turret just to make absolutely certain it killed him. And it did. Now, how many of you guys here have actually watched the latest video, the focus video? Or, sorry, focus lenses video. I want to make sure, you know, you guys are actually keeping up with stuff. But also, more to the point, is there anything in particular about focus lenses that you feel I may have left out that you would have liked to have known about if you learned about it later? Or anything I've left that's confusing about the lenses? Because I am going to be doing more videos on focus, actual focus farming. If there's any bits that could go alongside what I haven't already covered with focus lenses that you would like to see in there, then these next couple days are the time to let me know. You feel like I've missed something, so that I can put it into the next video. Keep it all together.
Wakey, wakey, here we go.
Because yeah, I intend to cover different focus farms. You know, things like your stealth farming, things like ESO, things like your Zaraman mission farming, things like looking over at Eidolons. I intend to cover that as a broad focus farming topic to actually gain the focus points. Later I'll be moving into probably looking over the focus schools themselves, but I figured focus lenses had to come first. Esprit asking, why does it seem so hard to get focus for a tree I'm not active in, even though I have the lenses equipped? Esprit, are you trying to farm focus is the question. Genuinely, are you trying to get focus or not? Because, I mean, if we look at the last mission results there, from a 5-minute mission, I got myself 2,900 there on Vazarin from Protea, and yet Glaive Prime only got 135, and that's because I didn't really use Glaive Prime anywhere near as much as I used Protea for actually getting stuff done that mission. I'm not doing lure disruption this stream. I just wanted to do a career one, to be honest. I did quite a bit of the lure one between streams because of the video. I did quite a bit of that just to get some nice workable footage, because sometimes it can get a bit messy with footage. Sometimes I forget to hit record. That definitely didn't happen on a 20-minute mission. But yeah. I've actually gone through a fair amount of tea today, and as much as I would like to get onto the next pick a frame request, I've realised that I have had too much and my body's saying I can't stop that any longer. I'm going to be back in just a moment, guys. Don't you go anywhere. We're not done just yet, but yeah, Mother Nature is cool. Back in a moment. Okay then, we're all back and ready to go. I hope none of you have left. Let's get on to this next one. And you know what? This request from Tentamiziak is for Inaros. Anakin's worst nightmare, apparently. Yeah, I see it. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this onto the Steel Path. We're not going to need Xeneric. I'm going to grab an Iroh just on the off chance. Just on the off chance, but I'm not going to need that. Let's head on to the Steel Path version, because I'm sure there are plenty of people who still seem to believe that Inaros isn't really that tanky because he's got no shields. I'm not sure what's going on with the modding here. Not this time, Zom. Not this time, because of demonstration purposes. Not this time, sorry. Right then, let's change up this build. We don't need to have that on here. I mean, we could do, but nah. Let's instead go with that, and that'll allow me some room to put in some other mods. Let's go with Rolling Guard. You know what, solid. That status reduction. Rapid Resilience, why not? I'm going heavy on the tank here because Inaros doesn't really care for abilities. I don't care for abilities. Let's go with this. Oh, I see, Mythic Spirit. I get you, I get you. I see why I've done that then. Makes sense. That's the wrong mode. It's Steel Path. There we go. So let's take this to Steel Path then. Now, this is a frame which doesn't have very good crowd control. In fact, it doesn't have very good anything in terms of abilities. His abilities genuinely suck. And he's got no shield, so shield gating isn't a thing for people who worry about that. Let's see how he handles in Steel Path solo disruption. The enemies are going to spawn as if we got 4 people. And the levels are buffed up by 100, and then their tank is just enhanced again by quite a bit more. See how it goes. Hi, Mr. Marcus. You haven't played Warframe in a while? Oh, I mean, fair enough. Sure you've had other things on your mind then. Let's just get some free headshots whilst I'm invisible. Thank you. There we go.
This isn't your regular folk shop. I'll add
But let's see how well we can handle as the Sandy Boy. You might notice that my health is at max at the moment, despite the fact that I've been shot at. Okay, I got shot out there and dropped down a little bit. And that is because of the amazing power of Arcane Grace. I am not using my 4 for armor right now because I just can't be bothered. I've got plenty enough armor, frankly. I don't need to be burning up health for armor right now. We're just going to kind of handle. I just need big enemies to spawn, please. Not these small fry. Come on. Someone with a key, please. There you are. Hello. That's what I was looking for. Give me the key. Thank you.
First key. Right. Find a matching conduit.
I will pay a little bit more attention to chat in just a second there. I didn't want to have that guy ruin my day. There we go.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
How do I keep turning invisible? So, I'm using the Parazon mod, Untraceable, I think it is? Basically, when I hack a console successfully, I will go invisible for, I think, 15 seconds. That happens on all frames. It's just a Parazon mod. Very useful to have in spy missions. Also, just a nice added thing overall. What is shield gating? So shield gating is the fact that when your shield breaks for the first time after it was full, you will be invulnerable to all damage sources for just about a second. After that point, you're then vulnerable to taking health damage, but in that brief window, you basically just block the rest of the damage. If you were hit for, say, 20 million damage, but you only had 10 shield, you would take 10 damage, and then... get rid of them, thank you. And then the rest of it would just be ignored. If you then recharge any small amount of shield, your shield gate will be back but weak. It won't have a full second of invulnerability. Whereas if your shield recharges to full, your shield gate will be fully back. So any which way, if you have some amount of shields, they will stop damage from hitting your health except for toxin. And if you had full shields at some point, since you last used your shield gate, then you'll also have a second of invulnerability when your shield breaks. Except against toxin damage. Toxin just kills you. Yeah, that's part of why Augur mod set is amazing. Wish there was another mode that calls full enemy spawns. There's only so many things we can really ask for. I mean, you do still want people to play together, so, you know. Giving people more ways to be solo doesn't really work in their favour. You don't sell as many cosmetics to people who don't get to show them off to others. Mark saying, heard some lots of good things about the new enemy types. How bad is it? It's not bad. There are some questionable choices, but it's not bad. The main thing is that some people are saying that crowd control has been ruined by it. It's not been ruined, but it has been made a lot more problematic and more kind of points out the problematic nature of crowd control in this game, rather than the enemies themselves. As for, oh, but what about new players? We showed earlier, no, that's not a problem. New players just need to actually learn to play the game. It's not a mechanical difficulty. Sorry, not a mechanical block. It's a mechanical difficulty, not a mechanical block. But think of the new players doesn't apply in this episode, in this update. Ticket, what's that? Exclamation mark raffle, Marcus. Oh, I didn't pay attention to where I was turning. I don't know why I thought I could go that way. For farming Mesa, do you have to be in a squad? You don't have to be in a squad for farming Mesa, but I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it, but it's not necessary, no. See that one there? That glowy one I just killed? Yeah, that's one of the new Xmas enemies. The way they've redone Xmas. So problematic, so devastating. This is also Steel Path. You see, this is level 136 Scorpion. I just don't care. You can gear up pretty substantially in this game, where you can just kind of walk around the mission. All that talk I made earlier about just move, I'm kind of dispensing of that with the fact that I can just stick around. Oop. Now that is a threat. Let's get rid of that. Thank you. So glad this gun deals with them very easily. Oh, this is not the time to run out of bullets on the Ghana mode. This will have to do. And it did. There we are. Woo.
Same again.
Yep. We're good. Let's get out of here. Inoros. The guy with no shields. Handling just fine. I'm still on nearly full health. Because it just keeps on healing. Keep trying to use the Prime sub, but the button is frozen out. Evansy, have you used your Prime sub anywhere else in the last 30 days? Because if you used it on any other channel in the last 30 days, then you won't have it as an option. You haven't? Okay, refresh the stream. If that doesn't work out for you, I'm at a loss at that point, because that always works for me. So if you've not used it anywhere in 30 days, and you refresh the stream and it's still not happening, no idea, my dude. I would love to help out on that one, but I wouldn't even know where to begin. Twitch is not exactly forthcoming with troubleshooting on that side. It's just weird, it breaks. But alright, today, chat, that has got us through the picker frames. That's got us through all of the requests from different people throughout the day there. Obviously, if you haven't had your request, if you've not made one as yet and did want to, now is not the time to do that, as we won't have time to get through that, but you can save those spanners for a following stream, don't you worry about that. But now it's time for us to be doing a platinum giveaway. So, if you have not yet got yourself as a ticket, make sure you do, !ticket in the chat. The bot will let you know if you bought a ticket, or it will tell you too many tickets if you've already got one. So, you know, don't spam the bot if you've already got a ticket. This is open to all platforms. Doesn't matter if you've been here 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks. Doesn't matter on that side. I'm not going to be that rude. Just grab yourself a ticket for a chance to win it as a thank you for joining in on the stream, which I do hope you guys all enjoy. And by the same token as well, if you haven't already, make sure you connect up onto the Discord. I'm going to pop the Discord link into the chat here via the bot. Discord link, there you go. Right next to the lovely big blue 20-month badge we got there. So make sure you are over on the Discord to get more updates from myself and to join into more of the community when this channel is not live. Dabble Boss, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The way it works, Dabble Boss, and this goes for all of the normal platinum giveaways I do on these Warframe streams. If you are the winner, Naras, don't do that. If you are the winner, I will directly message you here on Twitch. You have 24 hours to respond to just let me know what your Warframe username and platform is. So if you have to go away at the end, if you are going to get yourself another cup of tea, if you need to get yourself maybe just heading down to grab yourself some biscuits to go with the tea, maybe your dog's been sick on the carpet, maybe you just zonked out because it's actually 4 AM where you are and your sleep pattern could be better. Don't worry about that. If you do miss the announcement of you're the winner, just check your messages. You'll see it there. And if there's no message from me a few minutes after the end of the stream, then sorry, no, you weren't. You know. That's the way it works. So you can absolutely join it. If you're here for 2 hours but have to leave right at the end, I don't want you missing out. I don't feel that is right. We have, what, 107 people here right now according to Twitch. But I know if I look into the stats, there'll have been hundreds more people who have come in here and left. Because they got other things to do. And I don't want to take it away from those peeps. I don't want to take it away from everyone who lives just a little bit more to the east of me. Like Precious Sponge, who is here at 4 AM. But yeah, don't worry about it, Dabble Boss. You can absolutely enter as and when throughout the stream. And Speed Demon, sorry, no glyph. I would like to have a glyph in the game. I don't have a glyph in the game. You'll know when I have a glyph in the game, don't you worry about that. Alright, I think that's enough waffling. It is time to us to draw the giveaway. Let's close those entries there. Let's see who is the winner today. It is going to be... is that a Liberaged? A Liberaged? I think that's a Liberaged. A Liberaged. Congratulations, you are the winner of today's Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you here on Twitch in just a moment or two, just a couple minutes after the stream, to get your username and platform. Oh, Ali B Rage. Right, sorry. For some reason, the bot just gets rid of all the capitals. You can see my confusion there. It says your name, but without the capitals, and I don't know why the bot does that. I've checked, and I can't stop it from doing that. But now I see your name with the capitals. Now I can see it. Ali B. Raged. Perfect. So yeah, I'll be contacting you here on Twitch in just a couple of minutes. Look out for that message. I'll get your details. We'll get you that platinum sent on over to you. And to everyone else, I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves today. But with that, don't go anywhere. We are going to be heading over to another part of the Warframe community. Let's see who we're going to raid today, guys. Who we're going to raid, who we're going to show a little bit of that engineer community love to. Brand new to the game since May today. Oh, that's awesome. That is exactly what I want to hear right there, Ali. So you're going to have yourself that platinum. You're going to be able to get yourself some of those shiny new pieces that new players are in desperate need of. Just a quick heads up, Ali, it isn't tradable, so you are going to have to spend it on yourself. I know. Sorry about that. But yeah, you'll get all the details. Let's get this sorted out, though. Who are we going to raid on over to today? You know what? Lady the Laddie is streaming, and it has been a hot minute since I raided them. So we're going to them. It's decided. Lady the Laddie. Let's raid on over to them, guys. Please make sure you show them everything that's great about this community. Give them my absolute best. Give them your absolute best, guys. Let's be very, very nice as we head on over. And I do hope you have enjoyed yourselves. We'll be back for some more games on Friday and Sunday. And until then, I'll catch you later. Bye.